Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling.
He is the fighting pride of Omaha, Nebraska.
He's good at what he do.
Hey, Daddy.
Undefeated WBO lightweight champion of the world.
Hey, Daddy.
BoxingVoice.com. Taking, any credit away from Errol, he's a great fighter. He's good at what he do. But when you compare him to Terrence Crawford, there's no comparison.
It's a dollar beat.
I'm just a better fighter.
BoxingVoice.com.
Sit back and watch this. I promise you something. All that shit you talking don't mean nothing. I can pull my guns at you, you can pull your guns at me, but at the end of the day, them two brothers got to get in the ring.
Hey, Daddy. It's a dollar beat.
We've been here before. You try to get there. Alright? I can tell you how it is to be undisputed. You can't tell me shit.
This a dollar beat. Hey, Daddy.
Y'all support y'all fighter. Let's come together, make this event a success.
BoxingVoice.com.
Everything about Terrence Crawford is better than Errol Spence Jr.
BoxingVoice.com. BoxingVoice.com.
Boxing fans, are you ready?
Hey, Daddy.
BoxingVoice.com. BoxingVoice.com. BoxingVoice.com.
What up? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. I am your host, NesGTO. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at NesGTO. Today, we're here to discuss Jaron Ennis saying that the Crawford-Spence rematch is pointless. Plus, we're going to be talking about Regis Prograis calling out Devin Haney, saying that he's trying to have a backup protection plan with the WBC. But it seems like the WBC has ruled against Devin Haney's wishes. So we'll be discussing everything that is Devin Haney, Regis Prograis, WBC, as well as Jaron Ennis saying, man, F that rematch. It's pointless. If you want to call in and voice your opinion on these topics, the number to call, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 one time to voice your opinion. You can also use our Twitter Spaces here on Twitter, or formerly known as Twitter, now X. You can also join us on Discord and be part of the community where the conversation continues to... Hold on. He said I'm sounding far. What about now? Maybe that changed everything and raised this up a little bit. Seems like everything's coming out where it should be, Fats. Hopefully that fixed everything. But yeah, you can use our Discord where the conversation keeps going. We have what's called the back call. So on the back call, after we finish here on the show, people just continue to talk, join our community. Right now, we're at 177,840 subscribers. We're looking for about 200 people to join the gang so we can go ahead and get to 178 and crush yet another goal. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. If you're just joining us, go ahead and smash that thumbs up. It's going to help with the visibility. Get it out the way. Get it out the way, as a lot of you forget to do it And then, we're stuck with more watchers than thumbs up, which doesn't help the algorithm. Right now, we only have 39 measly little thumbs up. So I definitely would appreciate it if you guys can smash that thumbs up on the way in. It's going to obviously help with the visibility of the show. It is going to force the algorithm to put us where we need to be, which is in the eyes of other boxing fans that need to find a daily podcast. This is the Breakfast Club of Boxing, believe it or not. We go live twice a day. Remember, the Breakfast Club just goes live in the morning. So we get you through your work day, morning and day, right? So we're here. We're here to get you through your entire work day. So we're going to go ahead and pull up this boxing scene article with Jaron Ennis. One of our callers brought up a great point. He said if Jaron really wanted this fight, he should have showed up this weekend and made some headlines, made some noise. You know what I'm saying? Been available to be interviewed by everyone that was in attendance when it comes to reporters, right? So we'll go ahead and we'll start this. And we'll look for the quotes to get to the juicy part. And he said, and I quote, Bud did his thing and has told YSM Sports Media. Spence was just off flat. He wasn't moving his head, was getting hit with a lot of shots. Bud did his thing. Spence was just off. Slow, timing was bad. So no excuses there, just saying what he saw. And obviously, at the end, he said, it ain't no point. It was one-sided, and that's obviously when discussing the rematch. And that's pretty much what I felt. Like, it was so one-sided, I don't know that we need the rematch. Now, we got Ken Porter saying there's no way Earl should be coming back this year. Virgil Hunter begging him not to come back this year. A lot of people feel that Al will not let him come back. As much as he's the big fish, as much as, he wants to show the world that he can get this back, they might not let him back for his own safety. There's a lot of experts suggesting he needs a little bit of time off. But Ennis isn't requesting for him to take time off, just simply saying that it's unnecessary, simply saying that it's a pointless rematch. And when considering young Devin Haney and Regis Prograis, we have that article pulled up. And as you can see, Prograis on Haney, he trying to have a protection plan. If you come up to fight me, you stay at 140, which isn't true. Technically, I get Regis, but that's just because Regis isn't used to having options, right? Like, the truth is, Dev could beat Regis, come back down. Like, that's the plan. That's exactly why he tried to petition to the WBC, because if they can beat Regis, they can come back down if something could be negotiated with a superstar in Tank. Because I don't believe he'll come back down for Shakur Stevenson. But the WBC effectively turned down Haney's request, giving the Las Vegas resident, instead of a champion in recess designation at 135, that would allow the mandatory challenger Shakur Stevenson a chance to fight the next highest ranked opponent, Vasyl Lomachenko, for what would theoretically be the vacant title. And I quote, "It's bullshit," Prograis said of Haney's maneuver in an interview with Ellie Setback. He can't keep his belts. WBC Mauricio Sulaiman should strip him. He can't keep his belts, let someone else fight for all the belts at 135. But this is the thing, that's not true, and Regis obviously doesn't know that. If Haney vacates, no one fights for all the belts at 135. Like, let's be clear of that. I don't know if you guys are also on that Regis shit and don't know boxing, but if Haney vacates, there is no one man getting a shot at all the belts. All right, moving forward. He trying to have a protection plan. He trying to come up to 140, see if he can fight me, see if he can get this belt, which he not going to do. I'm going to knock him the fuck out and beat him up bad. And then try to have a cushion at 35 to say, oh, I'm still undisputed. No, we not doing that. If you come up to fight me, you stay at 140. You got to fight me for my belt, and that's how it's going to be. Have confidence in yourself. You can't have a cushion at 35 and say, oh, I'm still undisputed at 35. No. If you come up to 40, you come up to 40. Now I'm signed. Now I signed my part. Now it's on him to sign his part. Salute Ellie Setback, salute Boxing Scene for putting out the great content that obviously we could come here and then talk about it as a community. The number is open, 1-425-569-5241. I got my Discord rocking and rolling, ready to go. Raise your hand if you're ready to talk. Twitter is available. We're talking both topics. Do you feel the rematch with Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford is necessary, or is it pointless the way Jaron Boots Ennis is claiming? Now, we did have Stanionis on the show this morning who claims Crawford won't fight him or Boots. He's got bigger fish to fry. No pun intended, because he already fried the biggest fish. I'm smashing the thumbs up because it just looks so lonely being at 99. You go ahead and smash it. I see about 400 people watching live. It's free. If you at a red light, go ahead and smash it. If you're driving, I get you. But please, hit the thumbs up. Share the show. It's going to help with the visibility. Same thing to my peoples on Twitter. Retweet the space. Let's get more people on there. This way we get more opinions on here. Simple. You know, we need a poll, right? Well, let's go back to this article and try to figure out exactly. WBC approves Haney to challenge Prograis, now named champion in recess. WBC lightweight champion Devin Haney petitioned to fight for the lightweight belt. The super lightweight champion, Regis Prograis. The sanctioning body board of governors noted in the ruling obtained by the Boxing Scene, champion Haney wished to remain as WBC lightweight champion until and after his fight with champion Prograis took place, which point he would decide in what division he would remain. The WBC mandatory challenger obviously is Shakur Stevenson. So let's see what happened, because obviously they didn't let Haney get that off, right? So the ruling less than a month after Haney and Stevenson both contacted the WBC, separate requests, yada, yada, yada. Haney to enter in talks, blah, blah, blah. As previously reported by Boxing Scene, the petition was filed, granted an extension, okay. I'm not seeing, all right, Haney's promotional free agent. Okay, after fighting champion Prograis, allowing champion Haney to choose between remaining 135 and 145 on a timetable that the WBC would order. Noted the WBC ruling. If champion Haney decides to return to lightweight within the timetable that the WBC ordered, the fight between champion Haney and then world champion on a 50-50 purse split. Ow. Okay, so I see what he's doing. Damn. Okay. So what he's doing is he's going to go up, let Shakur fight Loma, but Loma already said no, so Shakur's going to end up getting a better fight. Look, Loma said no. He's still talking about I got unfinished business with Haney. Doggy, you ain't getting a shot at Haney. Like, he literally said that July 28th. That's like 4 days ago. He said it to Core on Twitter. So it's like he's still living in La La Land delusional, man. Which, let's check the rankings on theboxingvoice.com. We should be able to see possibly and potentially who Shakur would be stepping in with. We scroll down to the 35, and WBC, we got Dev. He'll be champion in recess. So we'll see. Right now, Vasil said no on Twitter. Maybe he doesn't know what's going on. Maybe he doesn't know that a belt will possibly be on the line. But if not, it looks like Shakur and Isak or Shakur and William again. And if both of these two guys say no, then it'll be Shakur and Frank Martin. And if Frank Martin says no, because Derek James too busy with Ryan and Joshua, then Edwin De Los Santos gets a shot. And if he says no because PBC's scared to send him over there, Jaime in-house it up. And even Artem is right there who fought Frank. It's beautiful. It's not bad. He'll get a decent vacant title shot. It won't be Danny Garcia versus Roberto Guerrero. This will be a decent title shot. Like a vacant title shot with Shakur and Vasil, I'll take it. A vacant title shot with Shakur and Isaac, I'll take it. A vacant title shot with Shakur and William Cepeda throws 1,000 punches a fight, I'll take it. A vacant title fight with with Frank Martin, hell yeah, I'll take it. Cause then, and I know they ain't gonna do it. Because it's like Earl just got done in by Crawford. If you let Shakur, who's little bro to Crawford, do little bro to Earl, who's Frank Martin, shit ugly. Stay away from that. They ain't gonna do that. Would they send De Los Santos in there? Hungry Dominican already got a loss, got the upset win. They don't really care about him, right? They don't be treating them Dominicans like that. They ain't pushing him on no A-side shit. Send him out there, see what he do. If he get the belt, then he got a fight with Tank. You know? We'll see how that plays out. But by naming Devin champion in recess, that allows Shakur to fight for the belt. So again, Vasil Lomachenko did say no, but I don't know that he knows. I don't know that he knows that there is potentially a title on the line. But let me just go ahead and screen share that. And this is Shakur asking Loma to make the fight. Now, this isn't the one of Loma saying no. I'll send that in just a bit. I'll screen share that in just a bit. And this is a picture of Shakur and Vasil Lomachenko when Shakur was young and they sparred. And since then, Shakur has felt like he was ready for Loma. But let me try and pull up that Shakur tweet so we can also screen share that. But if you're watching this on YouTube, once again, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. It's going to help with the visibility of the show. And it'll put this episode in the eyes of other boxing fans that don't know. We here talking boxing twice a day, every day. Some days, multiple times in that day. We do live fight chats. We take calls. We have interviews. We had Stanionis on the show this morning from the welterweight division. So let me see if I could go to Loma's Twitter here on July 28th and just show that. Okay, maybe he deleted it already. Let me go back to his tweets and not just the replies. Yeah, because it goes from May 27th, July 8th, no 28th. But someone listening will send it to me, obviously. Alex, if you out there, my man Vega, maybe you have that already. Also, I do want to share this with you guys. We did that show of Wallow and his texts. Wallow and his texts with Terrence Crawford. So Terrence did not like that, and yeah, he's mad at Wallow. You kind of blasted him, and here you go. You got that as well, because that pertains to Boots. And Crawford got in the comment section, as you can see, and said, That's some weak ass shit, Wallow. I don't do shit like that. I stand on everything I do or say. But for you to text me with that fake ass shit, then post shit for attention, definitely not G. That's some clown shit at its finest. So, he feels obviously that he crossed the line. Like, look, we feel you. You riding for your man from Philly. You want him to get the fight, but like private shit is private shit, I guess. He should have asked, no doubt. He should have asked, like, yo, can I post this? But it is what it is, right? This is on ESPN Ringside. Got about a 58,000 likes. And should Boots get a shot at the undisputed champ? And Boots himself says, give me the winner, please. I need them straps ASAP. Undisputed. 58,000 likes. Let's see how many other likes on these posts, right? Let's see if that's one of the highest, right? Let's see. Thurman, he got 11. And that's when he was calling out Bud.
Great performance. Salute, salute, salute 3 times for you, man. All the belts, greatness. What you do is greatness. But, this is your man Thurman, bro.
All right. So then we got Ryan and Floyd at the game. That's only 20,000. Now 220,000. That's Floyd. What they saying? Not a hot take. Crawford beats any version of Floyd. That got almost 250,000. So when you consider Boots Crawford, 58, damn near 60. Floyd is a GOAT. He a legend. So 68,000 almost likes. That's a lot of attention. You got 60 for Floyd. About to do some work with Shakur. That's just another sign he's back in the gym based off our earlier show. And they've now got Terrence Crawford on the pound for pound rankings as number 1 in 2 separate lists. Yesterday we showed you the rings. Today this is ESPN has him as number 1. But I'm going to go ahead and open up the phone lines. 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 time. Voice your opinion right here. Voice of the People hotline. Talk to me. Roy Roger on Twitter Spaces. What's up?
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
Subscribe to youtube.com/theboxingvoice for the latest and greatest interviews with your favorite fighters.
Roy. Roy, you hear
hello.
me?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Perfect. Yeah. No. So I have a question. I know you wanted to go back. I know you're going back to the lightweights with the belt. So I was just wondering this, because you said Shakur and Loma would be the top 2 in the WBC. They're also the top 2 in the I believe they're also the top 2 in the WBO. So wouldn't they want to just set up Shakur and wouldn't they want to just set up Shakur and Loma to get a vacant title and then eventually unify?
I mean,
then
I also predicted a few weeks ago that they would do a vacant unification, first ever. WBO, WBC allowed both those guys because they're so highly ranked. They're so top fighters. I think both of those sanctions will let both of those belts be on the line for both of those guys.
Okay, so they can do that.
I'm not sure. It's never been done. I'm just predicting that.
Okay. And then for WB and for example, WBA. So Tank, we know if that happens, Tank gets elevated to WBA champ. So, and I think from what I saw that Zepeda would be his mandatory. So he would have to fight Zepeda for that. So he would have to fight Zepeda.
That's only if Loma takes the fight with Shakur. Because if Loma takes the fight with Shakur, then they got to go down and ask Isaac and Zepeda. They got to go down the line. It's all about Loma, what Loma's going to do, because he's the highest ranked in both sanctions with Shakur.
Right. So, wait, he's the highest in WBA also?
No. Well, WBA, like you said, Tank will get elevated.
Right, but since he gets elevated, doesn't he have to fight a mandatory within 6 months?
Nah. He
No?
gets elevated, and then number one would be William Cepeda would probably get a vacant title shot with Frank Martin for the WBA regular.
Okay. Okay, so they wouldn't invoke the mandatory then, or Zepeda would have to invoke that then.
Zepeda would fight. He would have if he wants to fight Tank as a mandatory. That Devin cannot drop that super title. If Devin drops that
Okay.
super title, Tank will be elevated to super champion. Zepeda will fight for a vacant for Tank's old belt.
Okay, that makes sense. So then it kind of sounds like that they'll just eventually set up Frank Martin versus Tank or something like that.
Potentially.
All right.
I mean, Tank might. I mean, look, Tank. You gotta understand, bro. Like, guys only want to believe Tank won't challenge himself, but like he made $40 million versus Ryan. It's gonna be hard to get in the ring with someone that only bringing you $5 million now. He's probably gonna want these challenging fights because that's where the money's at now. He did 1.2 million pay-per-views. He did a better gate than Earl and Bud. Like, I don't think that he's gonna go back down to making $2 million.
That is it. They're waving it off.
I don't think he's gonna be cool with making $2 million and doing 200,000 pay-per-view buys and shit again. Like, I'm sure he wants another big fight. Like, maybe they go with the Cruz fight to see, just to find out, right? I know nobody likes the fight. I get y'all, but hear me. They want to do probably the green print to see where he's at without Ryan. So we know he was around 200 and some change. We know he spiked up to 1.2. If we could get him to do like 500 with Cruz, he's a star. We know for sure he's a pay-per-view star, and all we need now is a dance partner. You know, if he do like Floyd, and with the average Mexican, he doing 900,000, he's a star. They don't need anybody. And I think they're going to take that chance to see where he's at, especially now Devin is tied up. I highly doubt they're going to offer Shakur a fight. You know, Frank just fought. Isaac just fought too. Maybe a December fight with Isaac, Frank. Who else on that side? De Los Santos. None of that shit sounds like, you feel me? None of that sounds good. With the year we've been having, if Tank come back to that type of fight, it's like Haney moving up the fight. Regis. A dude that's been calling Tank out for fucking 7 years. The dude that y'all say ain't got no fucking power going up to fight the dude that's been bullying Tank. So Tank gotta fight somebody good. Like, he can't fight no dud. But, that's just my opinion. Fats, what up?
Yo, Ness.
What up?
Yeah, man, you already know how Tank and them roll. Fight who? Fight who?
I mean,
They going like you
honestly,
said. They
honestly, he could do a pay-per-view with Thurman to keep making people believe he could fight Tank. Breakfast Club ran with the old audio. They out here believing Tank say he could knock Crawford out in 6 after the fight. He gonna get clout for it. I mean, there's a lot of moves he can make. There's big moves that won't make him look bad. He don't gotta fight Cruz or Frank. He could, like I
but
said,
that's
Keith
but
at
but
147.
but you said it perfectly though. You gotta look at it like you said. He just coming out that big ass pay-per-view with Ryan. They gonna look at it like this. You heard what Linda Ellaby told Bill the other day. Maybe one day it's gonna happen, but today, in the near future, that shit ain't happening, man. What they gonna do is they gonna milk the cow. They gonna see how long they can keep getting away with Tank fighting, Pitbull Cruz and selling out, and it's up to his supporters to be like, you know what, we tired of seeing this shit. You know what I mean? Until he take that dip. down a little bit like that, they not gonna make them fight against Shakur Haney because they already make it seem like they don't need him. You know what I'm saying? So that's just the reality. I done came around to it. I just laugh at this shit now because it ain't happening. But as much as we like to see it as boxing fans, bro, that ain't how they move, man. But Jaron Ennis, he right. Ain't no need for no rematch right away. Cause like you said, Earl gotta add some shit to his toolbox, man. And you can't go around in there with Crawford thinking you're gonna try some new shit that you ain't never do before and think that it's gonna work on him. So I don't see that happening. But I don't know how bad Ennis want that smoke with Crawford. Like I like his fighting style too, but it's just that like you said, one of the callers said, like, why you wasn't at the fight and all that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when you was on $1 million worth of game, you know what I'm saying? He was stuttering over his words and shit. He couldn't remember what he said when Crawford was right there. So it's kind of like I think he want to fight for a vacant. You know what I mean? I don't think he really want to fight Crawford because even in the Villa fight, Boots don't seem like he real comfortable yet speaking in front of the cameras, like, you know, real confidently. And I know that take time being, they grooming you to be a big draw and all that. That take time to be open, but he not ready for that right now. But if Crawford get a shot to him, it's definitely a fight I'd like to see. Shit, you know what I'm saying? Him, Thurman, I'd like to see it. But hold on, before I go, the Haney shit. So hold on. So is he vacating all his titles at 35?
Nah, so far he still got champion in recess at 35. So he might vacate the rest because regardless, can't nobody really undispute. Or if they do, he could come back and get a shot at them with the champion in recess.
Right, but basically once he go up to fight Regis, everybody else can fight for them vacant belts.
I don't know. For the WBC, yes. The rest ain't. The other sanctioning bodies haven't ruled and said they taking the belts from him.
Oh, okay, got you. So just a WBC. Damn. Okay. That's crazy that he giving him a hard time.
Bro,
And
he fought for
I mean, I
all eight
know.
belts. He fought for all eight belts.
Yeah, yeah, that's crazy, man. They giving him a hard time like that. But Regis don't know what the fuck he talking about. Why are you worried about what the hell he got going on? You need to be worried about you, worried about preparing for the slick style. You know what I mean? Keep that. Worry about getting around that motherfucking jab that's gonna be in your face all fucking night. And that's what the hell he need to worry about. Cause I heard he looked terrible his last fight. But I'm looking forward to seeing that fight though, man. Appreciate it.
All right. That's another step up for Haney, man. I mean, Regis is a power puncher. That's a perfect setup for a beautiful post-fight interview to talk shit about Tank. Like, look, I keep doing all the heavy lifting. At 135, I got all the belts in one place for you, and you still ain't fight me. At 140, I took care of the dude that been calling you out for 7 years, being the boogeyman for Tank. You know what I'm saying? Like, the thing is that these dudes don't really know how to talk slick. That's the problem. They take pictures and shit, buy jewelry. They don't really know how to really talk like that. Cause you see what Crawford did at that post fight. That's how you talk slick. You throw that shit right in their face. Nah, they kept me away from him. You see, now you see why. You gotta rub that shit in their face. Got to. But let me go out to these callers here. 954. That should be Florida. What it do? In the 954, we got that's Profound Dreamer. Nah, Stay Wavy TV. What up? Stay
Hey, Ness,
Wavy.
you hear me?
Yeah, and an echo, but what up though?
Hey, Ness, come back to me, bro. I'm a little busy right now at work. My bad, bro.
No worries, no worries. Danny, peace to God. What up?
Yo, what's going on? Ness is popping, man.
Chilling,
Second
chilling.
time of the day. I'm just loving, the whole concept right here. And I gotta say that I feel the rematch, like Boots was saying, at least I can agree that at 147 is pointless. If they are gonna have a rematch, I feel that Spence should at least take a year off recover, get back into, into training and come back on 154 and see what they do, what the future holds then. Besides that, I think that Prograis is just being a bitch. I mean, I ain't trying to call him out like that, but I'm just saying that take the fight with Devin, and if you feel you could beat him, and that's it. Whatever he does after that is his business. He won't be the first one doing that. But at the end of the day, I feel that Devin can beat Prograis, take his title, and still come back down to 135 and meet a Tank if need be, or maybe a Loma Part 2. So we'll see how that goes. But back to Boo Ennis. Yesterday we were talking about, is he ready or not? And I think he is, man. I've been watching this kid, not now, but from before, and I do reckon that he's been fighting for almost all his life. Like ever since he was little, his father's been having him in the gym. This kid is an inbred. He's a pure boxer, and I think I said a few phone calls ago that if there's anybody that can do what Terrence Crawford does, as far as switching seamlessly from conventional to southpaw and vice versa, it's Boots. Boots. I'm not saying he's exactly ambidextrous, but I think I heard him mention that as well. But regardless, this kid is, dare I say it, he probably is just as good as Crawford, just a younger version. If it's his turn, if it's his time, it's his time. Already Crawford got down enough to prove. I'm not saying that he'll lose. It'll be one heck of a fight. And if Boots lose, then he'll lose to the best fighter out right now, the pound for pound champion. He should not be embarrassed of that. But I think Boots deserve a crack. And from what I hear is the interim. Why not? Give it to the kid and let's think it happen. And what's all that funny stuff about Clarissa Shields keep calling out Keith Thurman? I was listening to that earlier on. That made no sense to me.
Yeah, man.
But anyways, yeah, that's that's foolish. But I know you have many other callers, and I just wanted to share, my 2 cents as far as that goes. And yeah, man, I agree with you, man. Let's make it happen. Have a great show, and everybody hit that like button, and let's make it happen. Have a good night, bro.
All right, champ. Appreciate you calling in. Remember, Discord, Twitter Spaces, both are open. The landline, 1425-569-5241. General Camino on Twitter. What up?
Yo, Nash, you can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, as far as this boot situation, I spoke on it a little bit earlier today. If he wanted that shot, he would have been at the fight on Saturday, man. That was his opportunity to get right and talk his shit and let everybody know what time it was. So, that shit is just kind of weird that he wasn't at that. Because now at this point, he got Wallow, showing text messages, trying to put his neck out there to get a fight made for him. So, that shit is just kind of weird. But if the fight get made, I won't be mad at it because what it is, it'll be moving the weight class along. You feel me? It won't be stalling the division. And I think that's one of the big problems with boxing right now. The undisputed champions is nice, but what we're getting is a lot of division stalling. We got our undisputed champions who aren't satisfied with defending their belts at the division. They're moving up, moving down, doing all these fantasy fights, which is cool for us, but it's fucking up the division and the sport itself because a lot of champions or could be champions aren't getting the opportunity. So I think that's kind of weird. And as far as the Devin situation, I think Devin just getting a real bad shake. I mean, we got what? Canelo, 54, Charlo, and Devin, and Crawford. Those are all undisputed champions right now. And Canelo had 2 fights where he wasn't defending his belts. He moved up, he fought Bivol, and then I think he's getting ready to fight the 54-pound Charlo now. So that's holding up the division. I don't see why he's not getting pressed to let go of his belts. That's kind of weird. And then you got the 60-pound Charlo who's been sitting with his WBC belt for 2 years now, and he hasn't been stripped, and he hasn't been pressed. So that shit's kind of weird, too. So I don't know. It's kind of odd. What you think about it?
Yeah, nah, I mean, it's like you said, you gave all the cases where they let other WBC. I mean, look at Charlo, for God's sakes, right? He's saying that they're not stripping him for mental health, but they need to strip him for not acting like a WBC champion. He's unfitting of wearing the green belt. He out here pushing grandmas and shit, getting slapped in the street, having street fights. That's not a WBC champion. I'm sorry. They supposed to represent
Yeah.
something bigger and greater than that. So Mauricio's with some bullshit. But again, when he said what he said, and I mean Mauricio, Charlo hadn't had a street fight. Charlo hadn't pushed the old lady. Now, if somebody bring up these things to him, they might strip him. They might strip him because it's unbefitting of a WBC champion.
You're right. And it's shady because they not even letting Bivol fight too. They getting political. They saying he a part of the Russian regime, and because he's a part of the or he was born in Russia, he's not fitting to fight for a WBC title, which is crazy too. Mauricio Suleiman, man, we got to get him back on the phone.
General Camino, appreciate you. Suleiman the Scholar, New York City. What up? If you're watching this on YouTube, hit that thumbs up button. Solo Dolo, I'm Scarface without Manolo, but I need your support. That's for sure, though. Suleiman, what
Yeah,
up?
hello.
Yes, talk to
Yeah, man.
us.
So I just want, how you doing, Ness? I just want to pick up from the call from the previous call. He's 100% right, man. These guys should defend the belts. Right now, a guy with all the popularity that he got from that fight, he should start. He should start that blueprint right now. Crawford should start that blueprint. He said, "Look, I'm not thinking about moving up no more. I'm gonna stay at 147, defend my undisputed belts. Forget about the sanctioning piece. I work with the sanctioning bodies to keep myself unified, like the heavyweight division champions were doing, and continue to defend these belts. At least defend it like Wilder. Wilder defended his belt 10 times, and he was making money, man. He was making money. He was creating avenues to make money. He could get Tank Davis to move up, defend that belt. He don't have to go nowhere. He has no business at 154 and
But what about
160 or nothing like that.
the fact that he said it was rough for him to make it too?
Yeah, hey man, he got like he got Bomac. Bomac got nutritionist. They could sit down. They could talk to a nutritionist and work something out that he could make with 147. He work something out that he could make the 147 and make the weight. Make the weight. You know what I'm saying? And then he don't have to sign no hydration clause. He could work around it. Like make the weight. Um, this guy was making the weight for years. What's his name? Floyd Mayweather. So he'll make the weight. This guy too, what's his name? Keith Thurman was making the weight. So these guys he could make the weight, work it
Keith's
out.
still trying to
If
fight at 47.
Yeah, so he's still making the weight. Look at that. He's been a champion. He's been a champion, an ex-champion for a long time. So this guy could defend the belts. And then how you call this guy Charlo made a mistake. Charlo is sensitive to the body. Everybody knows that. Everybody that spar with Charlo knows that he's sensitive to his body. All these guys who's going to tag him a couple of times to the body and the fight is over. I'm happy that for him that he worked something out with the WBC, that he's going to fight Regis. Maybe that could start something that he could get hungry and go to the 147-pound division after Crawford decide who's gonna be his next opponent. Stanionis should start calling out fighters, man. He's too timid, bro. He has a nice personality. He has to be more outgoing. He got this is a game like Tyson said in one interview before where he was saying you gotta call these guys out, man. You gotta call these guys out. And Adamas gotta go to the WBC, tell them to strip that guy or move and elevate him because he's the one defending. He's the one repping that belt. Adamas should impose to the WBC, ask the WBC to make him the mandatory, and which he is, and fight Charlo or get him stripped because that's ridiculous. He's that man is acting like the champion. He's the real champion right now. He's the one defending the belt. So yes, listen. I know you got a lot of calls, like the gentleman said before me. You continue to do a fantastic work and great boxing journalism, and I'll be looking forward to keep listening to your call. Thank you.
All right, champ. We appreciate you, Suleiman. Um, my producer is saying he's bringing up a point. We do have to, I guess, readdress, harper on, emphasize the fact that the WBC not only didn't grant Devin Haney's request, made him champion in recess, and if he comes back and decides to fight at 135, it's a 50-50 split. That's pretty crazy. They gave Fury the 80-20 to Dillian White. But that's you know, that's politics, man, because it's crazy that they would do that to Devin. I mean, he's been fighting for their youth WBCs. He started in Mexico, literally. So there's got to be a reason behind that. But it is unfair. If you think about it, if you're Shakur, you're happy, right? Because it's like, yo, they took the belt from him. I get to fight for it. And if he want to show the world that he liked that and that he could beat me, it's 50-50, which is a better offer than what he offered me the first time. Crazy. Crazy. LV Slugger, what's up?
TBV, you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Yeah, man. I hear what Boot's saying. You know what I mean? I guess from a stylistic standpoint, and off what we basically what we seen on Saturday. Of course, we all would say the rematch is pointless. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us expected that fight to be a lot closer, and Bud doing what he did to Spence, man. I can understand what he mean. Like it's pointless. You know what I mean? But if we looking at it from both men points of view, I wouldn't necessarily say it's pointless. Pointless, you know what I mean? Like I hit on before, EJ leading up to the fight. He's big on his money. Big on the big paydays. Like what other big payday do Errol get? Not named, not named Crawford. Not named Terrence Crawford. I feel like, you know what I mean. Where else would he go to get this type of payday? You know what I mean? Like I said before, I think he has a big enough fan base to where his fans will believe, the weight was the issue, and he'll probably do a lot better in the second fight. So, you know what I mean? I can see it from on a money tip. I wouldn't say it's pointless. You know what I mean? I feel like if he, like you said, like I said, if he's all about his money, this probably is his most lucrative payday again. Is Crawford? I mean, maybe Keith Thurman. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Keith, because we all know Keith got a good mouthpiece. He's gonna talk that shit, and coming off the event, especially seeing on what these numbers doing. With Keith talking his shit, maybe a Keith fight can bring in a good little bag. But I feel like the type man Spence is, he gonna want to redeem himself. You know what I'm saying? Try to look better, but I just feel like it's a lot he got to work on, man, before stepping back in there with Crawford. And if he want to continue in this career, I wouldn't go straight into it. But like I hit on before, I think on a money tip, this probably is his biggest payday. Another Crawford fight. So really don't know where these guys go from here. I'm just excited to see what happens. But yeah, like I said, stylistically, yeah, it's pointless. But on a money tip, I could see him wanting the Crawford fight again. You know what I mean? Crawford as well. What else? I mean, he got options. You know what I'm saying? What he was able to do Saturday, I feel like he can go somewhere and still demand a big bag. But we gotta see what the numbers talking about. But if I'm him, I'm trying to skip Tim Zoo and get Mando spotted at Jamel. And New Way's right behind him on coming 2-time undisputed. As a man, he's only 2 belts away. Only one man got that in his division, so a New Way probably gonna be the next man to be 2-time undisputed. So I feel like
Stop the
if
fight,
Bud can
and
beat Jamel,
thankfully it is over.
LV, appreciate you. We going out to Stay Wavy, trying you again. Stay Wavy. Keeping it moving. Mad Bank, Kansas City. What up?
What's up? What's up? Can you hear me?
Yup.
Yeah. All right, man. Good show. Good show. Hardest working man in show business. Call you Ness James Brown. But anyway, here we go. I don't think the rematch is pointless. The previous caller said all the things I was gonna say about that. Maybe it's about they could make some good money. Maybe Spence within himself might want to prove himself, like he was to convince himself he was the weight. And if I do a 54, I could beat this guy. Maybe that's the competitor in him. Knowing what he went through on Saturday, I don't think he should take that fight. He should go the Cotto route, take some tune-up, and then revisit later. But I do think Jaron should get his shot. I know since the weekend, we all been caught up in the moment of this destruction that Crawford put down because it was a destruction. Nobody saw that coming. And we all caught up in the moment. We're like, oh man, look what he did to the best, the guy who was the best on paper of all his opponents, because we gotta say on paper because, we could make an excuse for Spence, but he got fucked up. I think Jaron should get a shot because, to the history of boxing, I've seen when the next up didn't get their shot, and we were upset. Like when Kawasaki went on his old legendary run, beating Hopkins, beating Roy, and Chad Dawson was up next. He was like, and Chad Dawson was destroying guys, and Kawasaki was like, no, I'll retire, not giving him his shot. We saw when Floyd was doing it, and Keith Turner was like, hey, I want next. And even EJ, when he was coming in and he had gave Floyd that black eye, and he was like, maybe he can have Floyd next. And Floyd was like, nah, I'm going to fight Virgil, and I'm out. You know what I'm saying? So we have seen this before, and we are upset. We never liked it. I might pick on Canelo when he was at 54. We criticized Big Charlo. But when J-Rock was up next, and he wanted to move up, my man came, squeezed himself down, made the weight, poor J-Rock knocked him out, right? As you would say, the nemesis. But J-Rock was up next, right? And he knocked him out. Leuven was up next, and he got knocked out.
Two different Charlos,
not
homie.
to criticize those guys. Yeah. I'm just saying they took care of the guy. Both Charlos took care of the guy who was up next, who boxing said was up next. Or the young bull.
Stop the fight, and thankfully it is over.
I mean, I hear all that, but like that doesn't. I mean, that shit was like 5 years ago for Big Charlo. Like that's old news right now. Straight like that boxing. What up?
What's going on, Chad? How you feeling, man?
Can't call it, man. Chilling.
Hey, yeah. The thing with Haney, right? He's going at the champions. I like him, but come on, he didn't want to negotiate with Tank this go around because he didn't reach out to the right people. He could have hollered at Al or Espinoza or somebody. Like, what we doing here? So, also with the Charlos, they got a lot of crap going on with them. But I seen that thing online that says Crawford was on PEDs. What you think about that? He was working with Victor Conte.
Come on, man.
I'm just saying, I seen it. They looked a lot bigger at the weigh-in with Earl
that's Spence
than anybody
fans,
else.
man. That's Spence fans. They mad the big fish got killed, bro.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that was it.
So you wait, because I don't want to be dismissive. I'm sorry. Do you believe it?
With the well, what I did was I looked at about 4 of his last weigh-ins, and he did look a lot different. So
okay,
I don't know.
but you looked at 4 weigh-ins. Check this out. You looked at 4 weigh-ins, but you going off of him working with Victor Conte. You know who else works with Victor Conte? Clarissa Shields, 2-time undisputed champ. Her last fight, she was with Victor Conte. You know who else works with Victor Conte? Alicia Bumgarner.
Most of the boxers work with him, but
all right. So then why? So why? You know who else works with? You know who else works with Victor Conte? Undisputed champ Devin Haney. His whole career, he actually goes to the facility in the Bay. So like, why are we criminalizing Victor Conte? I get what he did, but like, damn, didn't he do his time?
He said Victor said 70% of the boxers today are on some type of enhancement or steroid that goes undetected. And he said himself that he can beat the system. So there's just something to think about. Now,
I mean, only Earl Spence fans want to think that. Because y'all need an excuse not to feel bad.
Yeah. All right, but Boots Thurman matches up well with Crawford, and so does Boots. So even one of those guys that he decided to fight, I think that Earl should sit out for a while, maybe a year, rematch Crawford if Crawford don't lose to Thurman or Boots in the process of taking the fight. But this is why those guys should listen to their advisors. PBC lost 5 belts in 1 week because these guys didn't listen to their advisor. They get the fans what they want, but then they lose everything in the process.
All right, man.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the time though. But I appreciate you. Yeah, man, these accusations, bro. This shit, I feel the whole Deontay Wilder shit happening all over again. Dudes don't know how to take losses, and they don't even be the fighters. It be the fucking fans, bro. Y'all fans are terrible. Like y'all don't want to see your man lose. You made so many ass bets out there, telling motherfuckers how your man was about to do this, that, and the third. You probably put your mortgage up, and now shit ain't go right. You looking for excuses. Shit crazy as hell, bro. Sad. Big sad. Esco somewhere $2. Does Loma still deserve to be on the pound for pound list? I mean, dudes love him. They love Loma. He could do no wrong. $10 from RT Boxing with Mr. A. Isn't there a saying, don't count another man's pocket? Sound like that's what Regis is doing. I don't like it, but love the fight. Cheering for Haney even more now. RNS won $2. Earl Spence Jr. going the Roy Jones route. Sleeping face emoji. Boxing glove. Sleeping face boxing glove. I don't know. What route is that? Please tell me. RRT with Mr. A right back. $5. Top ranking ESPN is the reason they did Haney like that. Remember where Loma and franchise went. They always down to dirty. Haney. Hashtag Hardin. Salute Hardin. Keep it moving boxing $2 super chat. Ness, why you gotta talk about punch Mr. Sasson like that? Question mark? Rolling on the floor? Skull? I don't even know what we talking about. I don't even know what we're talking about. I mean, yo, my producer, he's from Houston, so he's from Texas. So he thinks he's not biased, right? So he sends me something to share with y'all, right? And say, look, that's the fans, not even Earl making excuses. But this is literally an excuse. Like, and it's crazy that, yo, I'm just blessed. I'm glad that God gave me the position or the ability to be in this position and be the one to like point this out. Like this my own producer that can't see that this is a built-in excuse right here. Check this out. I'm screen sharing. He trying to claim this is not. This is Earl. This is Earl on his Instagram saying, I was brought up in old law where men don't make excuses. Even if I had one, I wouldn't give it to you. So you got one. You feel me? So you got one. You know what I'm saying? You better off not saying nothing because you're telling us there's an excuse. You feel me? Like Sean Porter just said in an interview on his show the other day. He said that there's gonna be a documentary and people gonna know certain shit. It's like there's always an excuse, bro. We know that shit. Like every fighter before you has come in and said we never 100% when we get in the ring. That's the fighter's words, not mine. You know what I'm saying? Um, so you never perfect, man. But Alex, what's up? You never perfect going into a fight.
Yeah, bro, and I don't know if you heard the Virgil Hunter interview that he was saying like Spence did a bunch of things that
Begging Spence not
working
to
out.
fight this year.
Say what?
The Hunter interview where he's begging Spence not to fight this year.
No, he was saying like he was training in humid weather and then switching to Vegas, and you know he was even the other doctor he was saying like, oh, my wife asked me if he was high on weed.
Chill. What other doctor? Don't come on here with
The-
that
the-
bullshit.
Bro, there's a neurologist that is commenting
Dog.
on Spence.
Listen to me. There's a neurologist. What's his name then?
But
What's his
I don't buy
name?
it, bro. I'm
What's his
not
name?
buying the
Don't
excuse
bring
to
it up
be.
then. I don't want to
Trust
spread
me.
false rumors. Don't bring that shit up over here. I already told y'all that. Stop saying a
No,
doctor. What
listen,
fucking
Ness.
doctor?
I just saw
Like,
a
don't use the
short
word
clip
doctor. You know how many
with an
years of
audio,
college
and the guy
motherfuckers
was
gotta
saying
go
he was
to
describing
school?
the symptoms.
I
He
don't
was
want
saying
to hear
like
that. I gotta go, bro. I'm
when
done with
there's
this motherfucker. Where
neurological
this guy's at?
damage, they look like they high on THC and they have glassy eyes.
If you don't shut your stupid ass up repeating something, that's like word for word what the video said. My wife turned to me and said, "What's wrong with him?" And I looked at him, and I looked on the TV. I looked at his eyes, and I can see that's neurological damage from an accident. Like, you guys got to be the stupidest motherfuckers. Like, a doctor said, "What's his name, bro?" How could you just get on here repeating shit that you don't even know who the fuck said it? You know how many years of school you got to do to get a fucking doctor's degree to be a fucking doctor, let alone a neurologist? And you gonna put your ass out there by making a fucking some sort of diagnosis via television? If you don't get your dumb monkey, man, listen, don't call in here no more. You on suspension for a week, bro. You can't call in for free no more for one whole week. You got 7 days. 7 days. I don't care that you told me you don't believe it. I told you, don't bring that shit up. Fuck out of here with them goddamn lies. Motherfucker got that shit doing almost 1 million views, and the shit say Dr. 805. Don't you motherfuckers know how to Google? You that stupid? Like, why do you want to be the stupid one on the show? I swear to God, mama raised a lot of fools in this world. Y'all some dumb motherfuckers. Dr. 805.
Don't everybody believe in Google? Go Google that shit.
What up, Nino? Oh, stupid motherfuckers, man. They out here doing it. That's fucked up what they doing to Earl. That YouTube channel has no integrity, man. None. And I
Yo,
know
you can hear
I'm the
me?
last person to talk about integrity, but God
That is
damn!
it. They are waving it
Yo, you
wrong.
can hear me?
Yeah, God damn,
Yeah,
bro.
man. I told you, dog. I've been saying this shit for the past couple days, dog. It's so many excuses these niggas got. It. I can't even celebrate how
Bro,
I want to, man.
Wilder said they cheated.
It's ridiculous.
The Big Fish fans made a whole doctor. They made Wilder had a doctor too, but he said it was an autopsy. Big Fish like, fuck it, we gonna get someone that
Bro,
sound like a doctor but not give up a name.
I'm trying to tell Ned, you ain't
These
heard about this
motherfuckers,
car
man.
crash so much since he got whooped, bro. All they talking about is this car crash. I done heard his
Nah,
face ain't healed the
when he
right
was
way.
beating up Danny and
Oh
doing
my
everything he
man,
did to Ugas,
bro.
nobody want to talk about a car crash. Now these
Bro, you
motherfuckers
got
got more
niggas talking about
excuses.
oh, go back and watch the fight. You could see little glimpses of where he was declining, and I'm like, bro, he was looking great, nigga. I was like, we thought he was back. He broke a motherfucker face. Like,
They
what we talking
terrible,
about,
bro.
bro?
It's sad how
I'm
boxing
like,
is.
dog, this shit ridiculous. And now, like you just said, bro, it's this motherfucking no name suspicious doctor, no face nigga just on a video. I don't even know who the nigga is. I ain't even listened to it.
Diagnosing you over
Bro,
television.
that's like a nigga looking at me through the screen telling me what I got just from looking at me. Be like, I look at your eyes and they're a little droop. I'm like, bro, get out of here with the foolishness, cuz. But man, I don't know what's wrong with niggas, but I think it might sell great, bro, because his fans is actually going with the foolishness, bro. It's
It's the same
it's
Deontay
very few
Wilder shit
ones,
all
bro.
over again.
It's very few fans that be like, yo, ain't nothing wrong with Earl. Bud was just a better man, bro. It'd probably be like 2 or 3 people out of 15 that be like that. All the other ones be like, oh, bro, the crash messing with him and he wasn't right. He ain't had no tune
So
up. And
Nino,
it's just so much bullshit, man.
hold up. So if the crash is the issue, why they want him to have a rematch at 54?
Man, I've been telling niggas, dog, bro, they need a reason to see. They just want a reason why he got beat up like that, bro.
But I'm
They
saying
gotta
though,
come
if
up
he
with
got
something.
beat up like that because of long-lasting effects of the accident, why they trying to send him back in the ring versus Crawford at 54?
I'm trying to tell. I've been hearing her, and if you listen to the like pro boxers and shit, trainers, they bringing up the accident too, bro. It's like I don't know why everybody keep bringing up this car accident, and it's like if y'all was that worried about the car accident, y'all should have been like he shouldn't fight in the first place. But wasn't nobody like that. Everybody was like it's a 50-50 fight. Now he done got punched on, and everybody want to be doctors and trainers and saying the nigga should retire and all this other shit, man. Shit, I don't want to hear it, nigga. We can't give this nigga Bud no type of credit trying to cloud this nigga win, bro. It's like ain't nobody saying, oh, Bud just a better fighter. You feel me? It's all about this bullshit. But like I just said, it's gonna be good for 54. So shit, if they want to have the excuses, go ahead and run it back at 54, and Bud could punch on him again. But shit, that's all I got, man. I'm out of here. Y'all hit that like and subscribe.
Bruh, these dudes are terrible, man. They out here listening to fake YouTube doctors saying Earl is damaged, but they still want to fight. So y'all trying to get my man finished. Like, nah, Ness, did you hear the doctor that said he got damaged from the accident? Yeah, word is born, man. So that's why he looked like that. They got to fight again at 54. So what? Oh, the accident ain't gonna matter if they fight at 54. Like he gonna be magically healed. Y'all some silly, dummy. KC in Brooklyn. What up? I swear I ain't never heard no dumb
Yeah.
shit. Mm-mm-mm.
What's going on? I'm sounding good?
Straight, man. You straight.
Yeah, man. It's crazy, man. All these people pulling out these fake excuses, the neurologists, all this stuff is just brainwashed fools, man. You right about that, man. And honestly, when it comes to Boots, he definitely should have been there. And just like how Shakur did to Haney, man, he should have applied that pressure, man. Pull up in the ring, whatever you can, or get that fight, man. I don't like this whole, you were behind the camera saying whoop-de-whoop, texting Gillian Wallow, all these things, man. Like, apply the pressure if you really want it, man. Other than that, I'm not hearing that, man. Y'all smash that like button. Support TVB, man. That's all I got to say.
Salute. I just seen a super chat come through. I got to go find that because that's just the funniest. RRT Boxing with Mr. A. Ness, I'm a doctor. By the way you're screaming, I think you're suffering from Sean Porter's sparring session from back in the day. Hashtag Hardeen. Only Big Fish fans not laughing right now because y'all fucking big mad. Yo, that's the silliest shit, man. That shit is hilarious. That doctor shit is the funniest. Atheist Ghostbuster, $5 super chat. Can you tell me a champion that moved up with an active mandatory and did not get stripped? I hear comparisons that are not the same. I don't know if there's sarcasm in that chat, but I'm going to be real. I've read it that way, okay? So let me tell you one thing. Devin don't got a mandatory. Lomachenko was his mandatory. That means he's got 12 months the way that Canelo did. They just doing Devin dirty. They doing Devin dirty. Let me double down on the Bill text, man. Fuck is Bill? Bill Haney. I'm going to do it 3 times. I'm going to text it 3 times so he pop up like candy, man. Bill Haney. Bill Haney. Bill Haney. Now, he might be in the gym with Dev, but, testing my luck. RNS1, $2 super chat. Everyone forgets Bozo and Puss and Boots turned down Bud. I mean, I guess he's saying when he was in the WBA. I don't know about turning him down. I mean, I hear what you're saying. There's also the rumor that Black Prom talked to Bozy Ennis, and Bozy was like, talk to Espinoza or something. But there's nothing wrong with that. Like they got a network deal with Espinoza. Benitez Boxing, $2 super chat. Ness, what do you think of Spence Boots at 54? Nah, man, we can't let Boots go up to 47 without getting some belts. Like, why would he go up just because everybody went up? He got to do his own thing, make his own legacy right here, then go up when the time is right for him. Benitez Boxing back with another $2. He says, can't wait for the epilogue episode. Word, me too. Rod and A70, $2. Earl hadn't made one excuse. Ignore the BS, 100. Rod and A70 back with another $2. He says, every sports fan make excuses while their team lost. Faced with tears of joy. Salute. If you on Discord, go ahead and hit that thumbs up if you're ready to rock and roll. We going out to Liam. What up?
Yo, what's up, Ness?
What it do?
Chilling, man. Yeah, man. Like I'm getting tired of everybody talking about Boots right now. What do Boots got to do to get a shot? You know what I mean? Not only is he the IBF mandatory, he got a common opponent with Spence and Bud, and did him way worse. You know what I'm saying? When he fought Delorme, he flatlined him in the first round. It took Bud like 6. You know what I'm saying? Until the ref stopped it. And as far as like him not going to the fight, you know, Gilly's son got killed last week or whatever. So I'm pretty sure he wanted to go to the fight, but he wanted to show Gilly some love or whatever. That's his man and shit. So I want to ask you a question, right? I give Bud credit, full credit, but you don't think that was a red flag when Spence was looking for his teeth on the floor against Ugas and Danny?
Nah. What red flag? He won them fights. He broke somebody's face in that fight. What's your red flag in that fight? Educate me or help me understand.
Like, you don't think that was bizarre, like looking for something in mid-fight?
I mean, every fighter that drops their mouthpiece looks down for it. Just because he told you he was looking for his teeth 7, 8 months later, I don't give a fuck what he said. I see a million fighters get their mouthpiece knocked out their mouth and look down. Go check Danny where he looked when Matisse knocked his mouthpiece out. That shit normal. I ain't see no red flag. I'm sorry. It's the big fish though. I get it. Y'all can't take that he lost. It's shit crazy.
Nah, I just thought that was weird, like, because he was like looking for that shit, like bent down, like he was trying to get it, while motherfuckers was throwing punches at his face.
I mean,
You know what I'm saying? I'd never seen that. I'd never seen somebody look for their mouthpiece, try to put it back in mid-fight. Never.
I seen somebody take their mouthpiece out mid fight and put it back in mid fight. So maybe you just got to watch a little bit more boxing because Keith Thurman do that all the time when he get hit with a body shot. Only thing is
I'm just
Keith
saying
got
that the
better legs than Earl Spence, don't he? Earl
but the
Spence did
standard
that,
protocol.
and Earl Spence got his mouthpiece knocked out and stood there. Keith Thurman got hit in the body and moved away, bro. Like y'all just making excuses for this dude. Give Bud his credit, and that's that. The big
I'm
fish
giving it
got
Brother credit.
big
I was
fish
just
got
getting
made
your
in the
perspective on
sushi. But it ain't no perspective on that. Like, how many fighters ain't dropped their mouthpiece or get their mouthpiece knocked out their mouth? Who give a fuck that he
that.
said his teeth was attached to it a year later? So now his word is
But all right, but look,
gold?
when your teeth get knocked, when your mouthpiece get knocked out, protocol is to defend yourself to the ref notice,
Tell that
right?
to Victor Ortiz who didn't defend himself. Remember?
I like that.
I'm just saying. Victor Ortiz didn't defend himself. Like, we know what you supposed to do. Don't mean you gonna do it. I just feel like we making excuses out in these streets. Tommy in Florida, what up? I'm about to go hit this
What
L,
I mean,
Hardine it up. I'm just like, I'm not getting why so many excuses. That was the most fantastic fight I've seen in my whole time doing this shit. I ain't never seen something where I thought it was gonna go one way and it went completely a whole different way. Like that shit was high
yes,
level,
sir.
and they keep trying to make it him being a car accident, him being on drugs, him being on PD. This one got the gloves.
Excuses,
Damn it, man.
excuses,
Give me a
excuses. You
fight.
got me,
Just give
Ness?
me a. I got you, bro. Shit, crazy out here.
Yes, sir. But yeah, man, shout out TVB. But yeah, that's all it is, bro. They just can't handle the fact that the man's lost the way he lost and all that. But this, Ness, this is why I respect all wins, because this is just the beginning of them discrediting Crawford for forever. So they gon' today is the excuses, Earl this and that. Next year is gonna be Earl was never really that good. The year after that is gonna be some. So like this is all of Terrence Crawford's wins all over again. So in 5 years from now, they're gonna be saying Earl Spence was the same big fish fans gonna be saying Earl Spence wasn't nothing. Those same dudes, mark my words. But yeah, man. I've been trying to call. I don't know not Discord, but this blog talk be cutting off at a certain time if the show run too long. And I don't got the Twitter shit no more. But yeah, people need to just stop hating and get that man his props. He spanked that boy. I mean, shit. Some people knew it was gonna happen. Some people didn't picked Crawford, but didn't know it was gonna go that way, and now it's just all this other shit, So y'all need to stop that. Like the last caller said, yeah, Boots was with Gilly during that Gilly Fest, So he was just supporting his man during that time of need. So, he ain't got to be at the fight to do all that. He's supporting his dog. And the show this morning, shout out to Stenonius. I'm a fan of his. I like watching him. He just, hoping he get back in the ring soon. Trying to touch on all the points for the last couple of shows.
Haney Regis.
Huh?
Haney Regis. We talking Haney Regis, WBC, making him
Yeah,
champion in
Haney.
Regis, recess.
Yeah, you gotta applaud Haney for going up against Regis. Like, this ain't gonna be I'm just like, I just can't pick nobody in that fight just yet.
What?
But it damn shit. Huh?
Nah, I just laughed. I said what and
Oh,
laughed.
well, nah. I mean, shit. I'm not giving it a damn one of them. Like, I can't just say Regis gonna win, Haney gonna win. That shit gonna be a tough ass fight in my eyes. So Haney moving up, Regis a puncher. Yeah, Haney can outbox him and do this and that, but it just like Regis good, bro. Everybody go off what you done for me lately. And I guess that his last fight showed weaknesses and shit. So people trying to ride off that, but I don't go off that. I don't go off that. So when it happens, it's gonna be a good ass fight. And tell Danny he pricing himself out for them 10,000 for the fight that dude called him out. You ain't got that many. I'm gonna use his term. You ain't got that many Instagram followers to be asking for 10,000. So you know what I'm saying? And that's what he say. So if he is,
Nah, that was a good one. Shout out, Tommy in Florida. If you watching this on YouTube, go ahead and smash that thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do so. I need about 200 more subscribers, or like 100 and something subscribers to get to 178,000 subscribers, so we can get that to that next goal. We really trying to get to 1 million. It's the Breakfast Club of Boxing. We do a morning show and an evening show every day for you to express your thoughts on the beautiful sport that is boxing. We got Years of Lurking, $2 super chat. Ness, you don't want to hear it, but Earl should retire. I hear you, champ. I hear you. Who we got? On the line, tapped in, Jay Dykeman.
Yo, what's up?
What up?
Now, I was listening to the show, and I'm like, when you're talking about Haney and Regis, that's going to be a good fight. That's going to be a good fight. I can't call who going to win, but I think Regis got a little bit of an edge because this is Devin's first fight at 140, right?
It would be his first fight.
Yeah. So I can't. I'm leaning toward Regis, but I want Devin Haney to win. I'm rooting for black people all the time. I mean, New Yorkers too, but black people all the time. So yeah, I'm rooting for him. But what was it I was talking about? Oh, I think Spence go ahead and not retire, like all these weirdos keep saying. I think he just go ahead and get himself back in shape. Take his time, be with his family, and get back in shape. I don't think everybody else could do that to Spence what Crawford did to Spence. I don't think so. I think a lot of niggas is going to get in the ring and think they can, like Boots, and Spence can handle them. Because the only person he couldn't handle was Crawford. He even handled Sean Porter, and I kind of favored Sean Porter in that fight. I thought it was to me personally, I thought it was a draw. But since his glove touched the mat, I'm like, That's not a real knockdown. I remember when knockdown was when you had to put a knee on the mat.
That must
And
be
as
a
far
long
as
time ago. I ain't never heard that shit.
yeah, there was a time where you had to put a knee on the mat. A knockdown was a knee on the mat. But when you talk about Mayweather and Victor Ortiz, and he got caught by the ref headbutting Mayweather, but I think that was the third headbutt. So
I hear
that's
you. What's
why
your point, though? What's your point?
I think after the third headbutt, that's why Floyd was like, okay, we cool. But now he want to get back to fight, so
I'm
he
just
just took
saying
off.
that's still a sneak, though. Like, remember, the whole argument was, did he
No,
sneak him or
I'm
not?
not gonna say it's
Like,
not.
you from
I'm not gonna
the
say it's
East
not
Coast, you
because
know
I don't
he
believe
snuck him.
that.
He
I
snuck
don't
him.
believe what everybody else is
They're
saying.
waving it off.
I ain't trying to hear that shit.
I
That's a
agree with
sneak,
you on
man.
that. I don't.
We from the East Coast. He snuck him, bro. He snuck him. You can lie. You can say whatever you want. Jordan in Washington, what up? Jordan Washington, what up? 452, 452, 45.
Hello?
Yep. I mean 425. Excuse me.
Yeah. What's good with it? Yeah, man, I was calling to get my crow. I didn't call in the other day.
Oh, you got it. Here you
You
go.
seen what happened when he was walking out, right?
What you mean?
Spence shoes was on the wrong feet, and he had on two different shoes. No, I'm just bullshit. Why do you think he's making excuses?
I don't
No,
know,
I want to
man.
see that fight again. I definitely want to see that fight again. I feel like it could be like a Marquez Pacquiao type of situation that they fight like 3 times or something. But as far as Boots, that'll be a good ass fight too. Boots is quick, real flashy and shit. I'm rocking with Haney, in this Haney Prograis fight. But yeah, that's all I was calling to say, man, to get my crow. But I do think Spence will be back, man, once he heal up. But I don't see them fighting no time soon if they're trying to fight in December. And he took a beating, so he's gonna have that's 4 months away. He's gonna have to heal up for 2, go back to camp for 2. That's definitely not enough time.
Where I don't think he should fight. Period. Like this
You
year,
don't think he can
just
fight? You don't think he can
relax.
fight Crawford no more?
No. I
This
mean
year,
this
this year.
year. I mean this year. Just relax. You feel me? Take some time off. Get build up to be a 54-pounder.
Yeah, no, I hear that. I mean, shit. Sometimes you just can't beat certain people. Like
Word.
Deontay Wilder done fought Fury 3 times and he still can't get him. But I guarantee you, nobody else can beat Wilder like that. And that's probably the same thing in this situation. So, yeah. But yeah, I definitely want to see that fight again. But if he lose twice to Crawford badly like that, he had to hang it up because he ain't gonna play with him this time. It's gonna be worse. He getting in there bullshitting. But that's all I got, man. Y'all have a nice. Hello.
Yeah, nah, I hear you, man. Appreciate you calling in. I was just trying to hear
Already.
this audio here. I'm wondering, should I share that? We got boxing Batausi. I don't know.
Yo, what up? What up? What up? Shout
What
out to
up?
BV. Shout out to Ness and Danny. Danny, I don't think Danny on this one, but what's it called? I'm just calling in for a few different things. That one caller, he was like, out of 15 Spence fans, only 2 or 3 are gonna admit that he just lost that night, bro. I must be the 2 or 3 because you got to give Crawford his credit, and to say that Spence wasn't 100%, whatever you said, after his last 2 fights, he whooped Ugas, he whooped Garcia. It was like you can't just it's discrediting to Crawford, it's discrediting to both fighters. It's just bullshit. And that whoever the caller was before that, the one that was talking about his eyes were glossy and that leads to neurological damage or whatever the fuck people be talking about. They're just talking, bro. It's so terrible. It's so what the hell was that? Because he looked like he was high, like that definitely means his brain was whatever. I don't know what is wrong with people, bro. The excuses are crazy. And like if you were just confident that Spence was gonna win and he lost, then you just have to eat it. You have to eat crow. People cannot eat crow, and it's just disgusting. It's disgusting.
I'm
It
with you
ruins the whole shit.
100%.
I don't know. So you got to give Crawford a credit for a masterful performance. That was also that's like you said. That was a 1 out of 10. That was Crawford's 1 out of 10. That was his best night of his life. He fought an amazing fight. I don't know if Crawford could do that every time, and I think that people would admit that too. Crawford is not going to do that every time, but that time he did. He had a perfect fight. That was all the way through and through. Like you said, his defense, everything. That was the perfect fight, and he had it on the biggest night of his life. And people just can't. They can't accept that. That's the craziest part. Like. He was built up for that fight. Crawford was tired of people doubting him. He was whatever. I could see it in his eyes. The man came out with a fishnet and Eminem.
Bro,
what are
he
we
had
talking
the
about?
fishnet on his shoulder, on his waist, on his shoes. He was out here looking for fish for sure.
He came out. He said, "Yo, if Errol Spence is the big fish, then I'm Aquaman." And I was like, when he said that, I got mad disrespected. You know, like I said, I'm a Spence fan, whatever. But that he showed that I'm the king of the ocean. I don't care if you're the biggest fish of all time. Like it was the craziest
And
performance of
honestly,
his
he
life.
treated him like he was Aquaman, because you know Aquaman control all the animals in the ocean. And word is born,
Exactly.
Spence couldn't do shit. He was doing what Crawford wanted him to do.
Exactly, bro, and that's exactly what it was like. I was like, wow. So now that quote made sense. Even after I beat him, they gonna say he was broken, whatever. Now everybody's calling this saying that he was broken. Like, come on, bro. It's just terrible. Like,
It's
terrible.
sad, bro. It's
So
sad is what it is, because he said that they would say this and they still have no shame. They have no shame. They
saying
still doing it, knowing
it's making it
that
more
it's out
shameful.
there.
Yep.
That is it. They are waving it off.
It is very sad, but again, man, my mom always said, "La gente no tiene vergüenza, man." If you don't got no shame, you don't care. You gotta have some sort of shame, bro. And a lot of these callers that they fans of man. Only a fan of man could call in here saying that a doctor that they seen on YouTube that doesn't have a name and goes by Doctor 805, and when you Google it, nothing exists. Only a fan of man would say, like, repeat that shit word for word. Like, imagine how long he was listening to that to recite that shit the way that he did. These dudes, you guys are so sad. It's very sad, very sad. But I'm gonna keep these lines moving. I'm gonna tell you that there's a lot of y'all coming through. I appreciate everybody. Lids Low, Atlanta, what up? Hey, don't forget, there's a fight in Atlanta, Lids Low. I gave all
I
the
already know.
information
I
out.
already talked to Adrian, man. I'm gonna show up and fuck with him.
All right.
Yes, sir. We already, hey, TBV, man, this shit just ain't phone call. You feel me? We fuck with each other.
You know it.
But shout out to what the boy named Boots. Hey, you know how I do that, man. Bring his ass on, man. You know what I'm saying? If Jamel gonna be busy with Canelo, so I mean, if Bud up for it, you bring your ass, bro. Let's only nip his ass in the bud so we can get on to as Mayweather say, the next built up fighter. You know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't want him, honestly, for Bud, if he going to take out Jaron, and I hope Jamel win, because I just want that undisputed against Bud to be real, real special. So shout out to Charlo, shout out to Canelo, man. And to all the people who saw it, bro, I don't even know what to tell you, fam. Go look in the mirror, I guess, and watch your tears fall down your face, because it's sad, bro. Y'all should be this emotionally tired. Your boy lost. Because if he would have won, we already know what that would have looked like. But, hey, I'm out there, count, man. Y'all stay up boxing all day. Adrian, see you when you get down here, champ.
Supermax $5 on behalf of the real Spence fans. On the real true Spence fans. We did not condone these excuses, plain and simple. We were wrong, and Bud showed another level. No excuses. Hashtag Team Spence. We going out to Wallace. What up? Rhode Island.
Hey, what's up, man? Hey, can you hear me?
Yep, loud and clear.
All right, I'm gonna. How long I got? A minute and 30 seconds, right?
3 minutes, brother. 3 whole minutes.
All right, so I'm gonna take my time with this. I'm a fan of Bud and Spence. but I always thought Bud was gonna win. But I had it a 50-50 fight. I was surprised how everything went, and I always thought Bud was gonna win that fight. And I say if he loses, he got a little bit older, and Spence gotta have the better at him, and whatever. But I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna be real. And I'm not a Spence fan like everybody else, but come on, man, you have to admit it. He had a year and like 4 months without fighting. Let's be honest about that. So your timing won't be perfect, right? And then after that, I don't care about the car crash because it happened like 3 years ago. But the year and a half without fighting and going into Bud, he was stupid. He should have at least had a tune-up to get everything squared away and then
We
fight.
don't
But
do
even
tune-ups.
though I thought
Remember,
Bud was gonna
he
win,
don't do tune-ups.
yeah, but that's what messed him up too. You have to understand because your time, you know, you have a year and a half and you fight one of the best fighters. You both consider the best fighter. You can't, take a year off, a year and a half off, and then fight one of the best fighters. Your time is gonna be completely off. That's one. And people saying they wouldn't want to watch the rematch. I would watch the rematch because I guess people here forgot when Wilder got his ass whooped, beat the shit of Tyson Fury in the second fight. That was the worst ass whooping I ever saw. And the rematch, I didn't even know how it was gonna go, and it was a great fight. The third fight was a great fight. Even Wilder made it closer. He dropped Fury twice. So I will watch the rematch if they fight 154. I think Spence will be a little strong. I still think Crawford will beat him. I don't think Crawford would stop him at 54, but I think he'll beat him by points. And then I see the comparison. I was trying to call earlier, but there was too many people on the line. People compare, and you too. I heard you say too that Crawford will beat the shit out of him. Listen. This people start getting hyped up because remember, Spence is a come forward fighter. Everybody knows that. You know that because you watched boxing for a long time and you know that. Spence is not a great fighter like Floyd Mayweather is. Floyd Mayweather can do everything in the ring. The only thing Crawford can do better than Floyd, it would just switch. But people have to stop talking shit saying that Crawford would have whooped the shit out of Floyd, and Timothy Bradley saying online, oh, he would have knocked out Floyd, he would have beat him easy. Listen, people have to stop talking shit because Crawford probably wouldn't even touch Floyd like that, and Floyd would have been too quick for him.
That is it. They are waving it off.
Brother, I'm going to give you a couple extra seconds to tell me what welterweight Floyd ever fought that is like Crawford. Just size, length, reach, southpaw. Like, bro, are you like, did you forget he fought like 2 black fighters? How many? Emmanuel Augustus, Zab Judah.
No. Listen to me. I agree with what you're saying, but Crawford been hurt by a whole bunch of mediocre fighters and been in a close fight and lost a lot of
Yeah,
rounds by mediocre fighters. He beat. But listen,
you gotta
you give me a few
consider.
seconds. But listen, he beat Spence. I give him that. I give him credit for beating Spence. But don't forget what Mean Machine did to him, and a lot of mediocre fighters did to him.
All right, let me
Floyd would
ask you
have
a
beat
question.
him.
We
It would have
gotta
been
have
a
a
good fight, but he
conversation.
would have beat him.
We gotta have a conversation. If you're gonna give my free time, it gotta be a conversation. How long you been watching boxing?
Years. I'm
All right.
32.
All
And
right.
I've been watching fights since I was like 5, 6 years old. But go ahead,
before
because
you
I don't
got
want to.
into
Go
the
ahead.
sport, there was a phrase that existed before you and before me. Fighters say themselves. I couldn't get up for that fighter. You know why Crawford had a perfect performance
That's
versus
true. That's
Earl?
true.
He had a perfect performance versus
That's
Earl
true.
because it's Earl. It was the big stage. It
That's
was the
true.
one that mattered. Who the fuck is Crab and Lobster Kavalaskis? Nobody. If it's time to
No.
fight
Okay.
if
Give me
it's
a
time
second.
to fight Floyd, Crawford that showed up Saturday will show up. You know that. You know that.
Okay. So give me. I want to call for a counter punch. What do I do so I can call? Because I don't know how to do that.
You just do like a super chat for $5 and say counterpunch or a cash app to the Boxing Voice
What?
1.
Okay. Cash up to where? I'm sorry.
The Boxing Voice number 1.
Boxing boy.
THABOXINGVOICE 1.
One.
THABOX.
Boxing boy number 1.
Boxing Voice.
Okay.
La voz del boxeo.
Boxing Voice #1. Okay, perfect. But I'm gonna counter punch. I'm gonna see how
All
it
right.
works. And you said $5, right?
Yup. Make sure you put your,
All right.
you're Wallace. I know you now. I know you Wallace. But definitely say counterpunch for Wallace, all right, so that we know. Trey, Nebraska, Oklahoma, Omaha. My bad. I'm wilding out. Pardon me.
There you go, and then hey,
Because Nebraska was
let's
too, it
talk,
was
man.
too wide. I had to narrow it down to where you really
All right,
from.
you
But
good,
what's up? What you want to talk about?
Let's talk, man. Why you clown bro like that?
Call who?
Why you clown that man like that earlier? That Earl Spence jockey.
Who, the one with they called him with the doctor bullshit?
Yeah,
Nah,
bro.
man. I don't want no
Hey,
lies, bro.
look.
I don't want no
Whole time
lies.
you
There's
was talking your
new
shit.
people finding the show, and you got this dude, and they hear that, and they think that I'm, condoning that or that I'm supporting that. I don't know that doctor. I never went to a doctor named 508 or 805 or
What's
none of
his
that shit.
name? Hey, when you said that, bro, I was screaming, laugh. I'm like, yeah, man, yeah, turn up on that nigga, man. But
It's
no, all
terrible what
bullshit
they
aside,
doing, man.
though.
It's sad. It's like the whole
Hell
Deontay Wilder,
yeah,
Tyson Fury thing all over again. These dudes are terrible, man.
hell yeah. All bullshit aside, though, Team Crawford, we on our vacation right now, so we ain't worried about nothing being said, nothing anyway. Let's cut to Regis and Haney. Hey, I really just want what's his nuts to get out the way. I really want Haney to get out the way because I just feel like this. You holding back 135, bruh. And I just feel like it's time for you
Well,
to move
he's
up. If you
already
wanted to
named
fight
champion
Shakur,
in recess. He out the way. Shakur, get the
but
fight Loma or
as a
somebody
champion,
else.
so since because you've been in the boxing shit longer. Just teach me something. What is a champion in recess? Like, how is that
So
a
only
thing?
thing
Like,
is the
what?
same thing. I'm gonna cheat y'all a perfect example. Let me get my trusty box rec out because Mikey Garcia did this exactly when he decided he was gonna move up to fight Earl Spence, right? So let me get Mikey Garcia. But while I do that, champion in recess just means that he's still the champ. But Shakur and either Loma or Isaac Cruz or William Cepeda, and then it's Frank Martin. One of those dudes in that order got to say yes to fight Shakur for the vacant. The winner wins. Devin goes up. He fights Regis. If he decides after fighting Regis, win or lose, that he wants to come back to 35 to fight the winner of whoever Shakur fought for that belt, champion in recess means he gets the ability to do that. But it's going to be a 50-50 split. Fucking WBC shitting on Haney. He shouldn't do that. But going back to Mikey started his run at 26. Boom. So we got to find where he beat Zlatan Cannon. Let me screen share this. So Mikey beat Zlatan Cannon right here in 2017. Won the WBC belt. Now, there was a dude by the name of Loma out on these streets that people wanted to see Mikey fight, but Mikey was in that top rank contract. So, he never got to fight Loma when he was at 29, which is 30. You feel me? Like he had the WBO at 30. He got shelved, as you can see from BoxRec. He took 2 years off. Al Heyman gave him that 2016 fight with Elio Rojas at the Barclays Center. Al Heyman gave him that Zlatan Cannon fight for the WBC. He won that BC. He challenged Broner at the next weight. So right there, they put him as champion in recess. Now Loma gets on his big shit, and he eventually wins this belt. Mikey was supposed to come back and ask for that shot. Never did. Even when Devin have it, that's why Devin did a face-off with Mikey, because Mikey could have came back and asked for that shot when he was with Matchroom. Never did. So, yeah, that's what champion in recess mean. He get the ability to tell Mauricio, yo, I'm ready to fight for my belt again. But go ahead, let me restart this. Sorry. Oh, you gone? Okay, he just wanted the education, I guess. Hawk, Maryland.
Yo, what up, Ness?
What up, champ?
Ain't too much. Let me see. Let me get this phone together here. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
All right, cool. Let me see. First off, with this Boots and Terrence Crawford thing, let him go. Let him go. I seen that before. Years ago, Tito Felix Trinidad was 39-0, undefeated, and Fernando Vargas was 23-0 with 22 knockouts, undefeated. And everybody pressed Vargas to go get that fight with Tito. He got it, but to this day, they say his whole career was ruined because he fought Tito too early. He got knocked out, but he did well in that fight. But he never fought the same, man. He was never the same after that. Do you remember that?
Yep. Robert Garcia was his trainer, and he actually regrets that they put him in that fight so early.
Yep. Same situation. Came up knocking everybody out. He was
Robert
like Boots is
Garcia,
right now.
Robert Garcia is also the trainer that came on my show and said Virgil wasn't ready when he was training Virgil. He said Virgil wasn't ready for Crawford. Robert Garcia is a real trainer. He learned from his mistakes with Vargas. You know,
He learned from that last one.
some
Yeah.
people don't learn from their mistakes.
Yeah. So, but and as far as the Earl Spence thing, I saw the fight, bro. I saw the fight, and it's like this. Ain't nothing wrong with Earl. Earl went into the fight doing the same thing Earl do. He did the same thing he always do. He come in with the double, triple jab and go to the body. What Terrence Crawford did in the fight was took away the jab. Earl had no other plan after that. When you jab and Terrence Crawford, when Earl would jab, Terrence Crawford would step back and Earl's jab would fall, which left Earl leaning forward. That's how he got hit over the head and dropped in the second round. Because every time he would jab, Terrence would step out the way. So then Earl would stop jabbing, then Terrence started jabbing and knocking his ass silly. It was amateur night. What happened, I think, Crawford, like he had the dude walk him out. He was there for the moment, and Earl cracked under the moment. Plain and simple. He kept trying to knock Crawford out, kept trying to force his way in with the jab. His trainer kept saying, push him up against the ropes. When he did get him to the ropes with that jab, leaning in, his jab was out there. Crawford hit him with an uppercut and dropped him again. He kept overreaching with his jab, man. It was amateur night. Earl just went on that joint trying to do the same thing he always did. It just didn't work with Crawford. It just didn't work with Crawford. That jab, 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 jab. Crawford made his jab fall, and then he would punish him for doing it. And Earl kept doing it over and over. His corner kept telling him to do it. Jab him back to the ropes. Get him back with the jab, jab. And guess what? Crawford was ready for that. It was simple. It was simple. That's all. He went in there doing the same thing he always did and got punished. That's all. But that's my call, Ness.
Thank you for your call, Hawk. Appreciate you.
That is it. They are waving it off.
Appreciate you, Hawk. In the building, Maryland, stand up. Looks like we got ourselves a counterpunch from Alex in Discord. Alex is the one that brought up the doctor. He's not going to like that you guys are laughing at him. All right, Alex. If you're watching this on YouTube, smash the thumbs up. This is Alex, who believes the YouTube doctor. Alex, are you there? You might have to jump off, jump back in, jump off, jump back in. In the meantime, in between time, smash the thumbs up. Help me get to that next goal. Where we at? Right now, we are at 177,913. So we need about like 80 more people to subscribe to the YouTube channel and help us get to that next goal. Can we crush a goal on this live show or what? Alex on Discord, going to you again. What is up? What is up? What is up? Alex on Discord. All right, Alex, let me try this. And in the meantime, we will go to someone on our show line, 1425-569-5241. Press 1 one time. Voice your opinion. Rocky in the 954. Rocky in the 954. What is up?
Ness, TBV, what up? What up?
What's up?
Yo, Ness, check it out. First of all, I'm on record. I'm an Earl Spence fan. I went for Spence. But with this brain injury and stuff like that, do you remember Baby Joe Messi?
Not a historian, champ.
Okay, it wasn't that long ago, champ. It was on HBO. He was an up and comer. He was a heavyweight. This is like probably early 2000s.
Baby Joe
He had
Messi?
yeah, he was an Italian heavyweight. He was I think he was undefeated, in fact.
I
He
certainly
was
was
he was
watching
a like
early
up and coming.
2000s.
HBO was like hyping him big. But he had a fight with Jiroff, who fought James Toney as well. He had a war with him. And then for his next fight, he didn't get cleared by the Nevada State Commission. They found a brain hemorrhage. He was bleeding in his brain, and they suspended his boxing license. This is an undefeated prospect. Couldn't box again. I say that to say, I mean, and I don't know. You guys can look it up. I'm speaking off of memory, so maybe I don't have all the details 100% correct, but this was well documented, and the guy tried to appeal it, whatever. If Errol had first of all, Errol had to take some tests before he went into that fight. If there was anything wrong with him, no commission is gonna pass this man because that liability is on them. So it's just silly, like what are you guys saying? So I just wanted to touch on that.
Bro, this shit is so
As
old ago, bro. I was 17 when this
you
dude debuted. He didn't even have a promoter. He fought at the Apollo Theater in his debut. What the fuck? And he fought straight.
you talking
Like,
about
like he was straight.
Joe
Like,
Messi, baby Joe Messi?
yeah, bro. But this dude, like, he barely had a 1-star fight. Like, all his fights was like no stars. Like, he got lucky when he got 1 stars. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this dude
Yeah,
fought.
but he was on HBO. I'm not comparing him to Errol. I'm saying that he
How'd he get? What
was on
fight was on
HBO.
HBO? Which fight, bro? Which fight?
Vasily Jiroff. Jiroff,
Oh
who
shit! I
fought
see
James
it. I
Toney as
see it. I
well.
see it. I see it. He went 10 rounds at the Mandalay
Yep.
Bay.
Yeah, and he had more than that on HBO. He had a couple fights on HBO because
Nah,
I
I
remember
see
this
it. I
cat.
see it. The Madison Square Garden fight has to be HBO. There's only two. There's only. It could only be these two. Cause this other fight at the HSBC Arena in Buffalo, I mean, it's a 10 rounder, so maybe he got those all on HBO, but it don't sound right. Them
Well,
shit, even
maybe he
them
was
shits
on
was,
HBO
bro.
after
Even them
dark.
shits. One of
You know
those
what I'm
was a
saying, like
one
the
star.
prospect level stuff.
One of those was a 1 star. But I hear you, man. You basically bringing that up to say that if Earl had something, they would have caught it.
Exactly. They would have caught it, and nobody
Not
would have passed him
necessarily, though. No,
if
not
he was really messed
necessarily.
up.
Not necessarily. You know,
And,
sometimes you
and
got to get second opinions. But I hear what you're saying.
I don't that's what I'm a side on. I'm a side on the commission is not gonna pass a guy who has clear neurological issues. But that aside, as far as the rematch with Terrence, at first I didn't want that shit. I was like, man, nah, like he took a beating, but I mean, I can be sold. Like, maybe at 154, maybe if Errol, comes with a different trainer. Like I said, in a super chat before, we seen Cotto do it. Cotto had a bad accident. He came back. He had a bad accident in the beginning of his career. So there's a lot of parallels between him and Spence. And then he took 2 bad KOs to Pacquiao and Margarito, and he still was able to move up and have a good career. So, I like to see it, but I think Spence has to change some things up. But yeah, that's basically my
That is
call,
it.
champ. Appreciate you guys.
They are waving it off.
Appreciate you. We got a brand new call in the 929. Brand new call in 929. Who's this? What's up?
Yo, Ness, what's good? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
What's going on, man? Been watching you. Been down since 2019. Pay attention to the content all the time. Big Errol Spence fan. Big boxing fan. Been watching boxing all my life. Started out with Hagler. Now going into this fight, everybody
Chant,
has
let me
50-50.
get
We
that
all know
name. Let me get that name just so
Jico. My name is Jico. Calling from New York.
All right.
All right. Things been getting me upset on these calls a lot. Nobody's making it. We're not sitting here making excuses for him. He lost. Bud was the better man that night. I get it. It's about the rematch, right? That's what this call is about. Do we want to see the rematch? Whatever it is. I don't want to sit here and make excuses because he didn't want to make excuses. But at the same time, that was not the Errol Spence that I've seen fight all my life. Period. It wasn't. He has one of the best defensive boxing responsibilities in boxing. He's one of the best defensive boxers. His hand was down all night. He did not look like the Errol Spence that we used to. Now, with that said, yes, he lost. At 154, I believe that it would be a different fight. The weight cut has been killing him for years. He was able to get away with it with lesser talent. At the same time, you could tell it was visible to everybody that the weight drain was killing him. And we knew that it was a problem when they announced the ceremonial weigh-in. Okay? Once I knew that the ceremonial weigh-in was going on, I knew that he probably wasn't fit to be shown on camera live at the weigh-in. The weight cut was killing him. He could not. He was drained.
Look, I hate to interrupt, right? Because you're supposed to
Go
get your
ahead,
time, but Devin Haney had a ceremonial weigh-in. We knew he'd been struggling
Okay.
since Linares. Since Linares, we knew he'd been struggling. So with Kambosos, he didn't get a ceremonial. He looked like Skeletor. People told him leave, right? Then he had a ceremonial for Vasil Lomachenko, and nobody got to see it, so they don't care, right? He looked bad,
right?
And they ain't make excuses for his weight. They said he lost. His excuses was he lost, not his weight, right? And now, he offered Shakur a fight. Ain't nobody say, come on, man, Dev, just move up. You can't make it. You've been struggling. Like, y'all trying to make weight an excuse. Devin Haney been looking like Skeletor for fucking 5 fights. Earl is the big fish. Y'all fans, if y'all fans of Earl, y'all need to man up. Because Devin been struggling way longer than him. Way longer than him. And he had a high-level fight just like him versus Vasil, and he ain't make no fucking excuses.
I understand that, but Devin's like 25, bro. Errol Spence is 33 years old, been at the same weight division for his whole career.
Okay, now check this out. Now check this out. Let's go Google how long Devin been a pro since you making excuses. Okay? Because you must have forgot the boy got 30 fights. You must have forgot.
Okay.
But I'm going to help you with that. Don't worry. I'm
that.
Googling right now. I'm going at the speed of light. We at Devin. He started his career in 2015. Right. Earl started his in 2012. Knock it the fuck off.
Right.
Devin been at his career.
That is it.
Look, I'm gonna give you extra time. I'm gonna give you extra time, even though they waved it off. But listen, Devin been at his career, at his division, just as long, man. Just excuses ain't gonna help him. Y'all looking like Wilder fans.
No. First of all, I hear you. Listen, we talk about the rematch, whether we want to see it. What do we think? You saying you don't think he should come back this year? I feel like we should wait and find out what happens in the rematch and see what he looks like coming in at 154. At the same time,
bro, you're not afraid for his life in the rematch?
He knew something that we don't. People in his camp know something we do not know.
Why are you saying
and
that?
We see the rematch,
why are you saying that?
Because you, at the end of the fight, him and somebody, it was rumored that he had an injury and did not spar the last 6 weeks of the training camp and was seen running with outside with Frank Martin trying to drain weight bad. He was having a hard time this
Yo,
time.
champ,
Hardest time in his
for
life.
every excuse you make, I'm gonna give you one of Wilder's. The doctor said the autopsy revealed my brother had a dent in the head.
Okay.
What other excuse you got? I'm gonna give you another Wilder excuse. When you give me one, I give you one.
I'm just saying that for you to sit here, you watch. You say you're a historian. You watch boxing. You seen Errol Spence fight.
I said I'm not a historian. I am not a historian. But you see, I hope Brandon, my producer from Houston, is still watching because I'm still screen sharing Errol Spence's story where he says, and I quote, "I was brought up on old law where men don't make excuses. Even if I had one, I wouldn't give it to you." Laughing out loud, and then the big fish laughing out loud. So my man over here, let me go find his name so we treat everybody right. He said his name was Jico. Stop making excuses. But I also told Brandon in Houston that when Earl posted what I just screen shared, that was giving you an excuse. That's telling you there's an excuse. Now you see how I'm not a liar? Here comes this guy who calls and says that there's information out there that shows that Earl allegedly had some sort of injury, allegedly didn't spar for 6 weeks. So you see, my man said I ain't gonna give. We was brought up not to give excuse, but he gave you an excuse. And you Earl Spence fanatics, because you're no longer fans now. You're fanatics. You out here like the Wilder fans making excuses for everything you fucking doing. Everything they do, you got an excuse. Y'all sound real bad, bro. Y'all sound real bad, man. Y'all gotta let that shit go. Nike, Hendrix, what it do? Remember, we also talking Devin Haney, Regis Prograis, the WBC ordering Devin to be champion in recess. Shakur gets to fight for that title now. If Devin wants to fight for that belt when he beats or loses to Regis, Devin will have to do a 50-50 split with Shakur. Alex, going back to you again to see can you connect on Discord. Alex on Discord. We not hearing you, brother. Maybe you need to jump all the way out of the space. Oh wait.
Yo.
Okay, that's Nike, not you, Alex. You might need to jump all the way out or join our Twitter space or something. I don't know why you having issues. But what up with your Nike?
All right, shouts out to you, Ness, man. You solo dolo no Manolo this evening.
Scarface no Manolo.
All right, and shouts out to you. Shouts out to Danny, man. Even though he ain't there, but
he said he was going to the gym to get an interview with Bo Mac.
Man, don't let Danny ruffle your feathers. Danny better be at work, man, giving us this great content. Nah, I'm just Danny stays in the work, man. But I think Ennis right, man. There's no point to see this rematch. I mean, everybody, like you said, like that other caller, when you was on getting on his ass, I ain't gonna lie, Ness, man, I was cheesing ear to ear because like everybody making these excuses, man. Like, come on, man. Like he just lost to the better man.
It's fucking
That's
pathetic,
not
man.
the same Errol Spence. Like what the fuck you mean they ain't the same Errol Spence? They cloned Tyrone, not Errol Spence. Last time I checked, shit, man. Cause see, man, that's crazy, man. He can't deal with Crawford, plain and simple. He beat Mikey, he beat Sean, he beat Danny, he beat some good fighters, man. He just couldn't get over that hump of Mount Everest with Bud. So that's that. And Regis, he talking big, man. I seen that interview. He talking big. And then it's crazy. The person that interviewing him was Ellie. Ellie stay hating on Devin. So it was like double hate right there. I don't know what the hell was going on, man. But he ain't stopping no hating, man. And he talking about, oh yeah, what Vasil did, this, that. At the end of the day, Regis is a top fighter at 140, but he ain't on Loma level. People talk all that shit. Devin got in there with a Hall of Famer. and had a good ass fight. It wasn't one sided like Earl got his ass whooped. See, we thought the Earl fight was gonna be like the Haney fight. No lie. Cause Haney fight lived up to expectations. That was a good ass fight. Earl fight, it really did. It lived up to Bud expectations. Cause Bud told us what was gonna happen.
Hell no, it
But
lived
it
up
ain't
to
live up.
Bud's. It lived up to Bud's prediction, but not expectation. Bro, come on, nobody could have. Nobody could have thought Bud was gonna do that. Nobody thought it was
I
gonna be
mean,
that
like
type
you
of
said, like
domination. That shit was dominant, like in
yeah,
all
nobody
levels.
did. Nobody did. That's why I said it didn't. It wasn't for up for the expectations of the type of fight it was, the type of mega fight it was, how dominant one side it was, man. That's what I'm saying, man. Cause we don't want to see that rematch. Haney go up, get that belt at 140. Man, like you said, man, he been looking like Skeletor. That's my favorite fighter. I've been wanting him to move up since after that fucking Linares fight. No lie. But then he became undisputed, so it's like now it's definitely go up. You did what you had to do at 135. You fought top comp. Now you go to 140, become a two division champ. And if you win that, try to unify with Tio. You can't hate on that man career. Come on, man. That's my call.
Word.
Stop the fight, and thankfully it is over.
Trees, Toledo, Ohio, counterpunch.
Yo, 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 yo. What up, though? What up, though?
What up?
Shit. I heard something about that overtime boxing this Friday and shit. I just wanted to call in and say some, you feel me? You know, Toledo shit going on. Shout out to O'Shea Jones. You feel me? She fighting on that card in Atlanta. You feel me? The 2021 welterweight women's Olympic bronze medalist. You feel me? Out of the city. She on that card. You feel me? I just want to throw that out there and shit. But
I
hey,
seen that, yo. That was a little bit like I see a lot of people that I interviewed that dude, bruh. And obviously, I'm gonna give you more time. Like, I interviewed that dude. He said it was supposed to be up and comers, and like, she's an up and comer because she's an Olympian that didn't get a big deal like most Olympians do. But again, like Albert Bell is established, bruh. It's supposed to have been like putting the shine on people that don't get shine. So I don't know. They making some weird decisions, I think, right? I mean, I guess you happy because you getting
nah.
two Ohioans up there.
Yeah, of course. But that's though. But I'm looking at it like, hold on. But I want to talk about this since we shooting the shit about this. I just want to say though, like with this overtime boxing, I mean, I ain't mad at it. I mean, it's like you say, Albert Bell is established. I mean, he a number. Not like I
Yeah, he
say, I
got
went
like
through this.
30
He number
fights, man.
two.
Like
I mean,
for her it's cool.
ain't nobody been giving my nigga no fight though. Ain't nobody been trying to get Cuz no fight. Ain't nobody been giving me no fight. I don't get it. And it's like I don't know. I'm happy we getting this overtime opportunity to shine. You feel me? We need this because ain't nobody else gonna get my nigga no fight. Like we waiting on the winner of that Valdez and Navarrete shit. Like I've been saying, you feel me? We number two after that. So it's like we up next. But I feel
Yeah,
like
but he
you
been
said it.
he gonna have to do. Listen, it's really Vic ain't gonna like to hear this, but Vic Green gonna have to put him in a co-promotion or something. Like nobody, like look at when he was with Top Rank. Gabe Flores ain't fight him. Valdez ain't fight him. I mean, how many dudes didn't fight him? So like now you saying he waiting on Navarrete and Valdez, the same dude that didn't fight him. Like, and now
That's why we need.
he not even with the
That's why
company
we
though.
rooting
So
for
how you gonna
Navarrete.
get it?
We rooting for Navarrete. We need Navarrete to win because that's how we. I ain't gonna. That's how we gonna get that fight. We can get the fight if Navarrete win. I feel it. He the same size. He a long guy. They gonna say he a puncher and all this shit, and he can knock us out. But it's the same. They gonna let. I feel like they'll
Bruh,
let us
if
get
he
that
take
fight. I
that
don't know.
Navarrete fight, he better be on God conditioning.
Hey, we gotta be. We gonna make sure
I'm
of it. We
just
gotta
telling
make
you,
sure of it
bruh.
because that's gonna be the
That
biggest opportunity
motherfucker
of
don't
our life,
stop
bro. We
throwing
gotta
punches.
capitalize on that shit, bro.
Stop the fight, and thankfully it is over.
I still got a call, right? We still on, right?
Of course. He don't stop throwing punches. That's a tough ass fight for Albert Bell.
For sure. You accurate. I ain't gonna
Because
hold
he
you.
ain't the
Accurate, but
biggest
I just want to
puncher
see. I just want
either.
to see. I just want to see my nigga get an opportunity, man. I just want to see us get the opportunity here in Toledo, man. I just want to see it. I just want to see my man finally get a shot. You feel
Damn,
me? Like
in
I've been
Toledo.
watching, buddy, bro. I mean, it ain't gonna be in. I'm sure the fight not. I'm sure the fight not gonna be in Toledo. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I want to see like a Toledo fighter get the shot. Is what I'm saying. Yeah, I ain't expecting the fight to be in Toledo. I know better than that.
Bro,
But
y'all just have y'all just had Robert Easter. You being greedy.
Yeah, I know better. I ain't trying to be I know better. I know how this shit work. We ain't trying to I'm a fan, bro. I ain't gonna be too crazy. I know what's going on. I beat Jaron Anderson in Oklahoma. I know what's going on. I know what's going on.
I'm fucking with you, man.
But,
Y'all entitled to have 100 champions. I'm fucking with you.
Don't do that. Hey, listen. If we can get them, I want them. Goddamn it.
Word.
But like I say, man, I'm happy for Devin. I'm happy everybody's showing love to Devin Haney too now. I want motherfuckers to open their eyes. They know what's going on with this shit, man. Like I called in before. People allow Canelo to jump up and down the scale, you feel me, and defend his belt and defend this and defend that and go up and chase Bivol for a belt that we knew that he probably wouldn't get. But shit, don't look at my nigga Haney funny, man. We trying to do the same thing, bro. We chasing greatness, bro. We going for pound, bro. Pound for pound means you jumping up and down that scale.
They ain't treat Haney like that. They stripped him. They made him champion in
That's
recess.
what I'm saying, I think that's bullshit, bro. I think that's bullshit. Like, fuck out of here. Just because we've gone up to 140 to fight a champion, my nigga. Like, what are you talking about? Like, why can't we keep our belt? Like, it ain't like we going up there to fight no scrub. We went up there to fight a man with the green belt, my nigga.
Word.
But we go up there, take this strap. You feel like I don't like that, bro. Don't disparage my nigga Haney name, bro. We out here chasing greatness, pound for pound. You jump up that scale and you beat everybody ass if you can do it. Like Bud was doing it. You feel me? That's why I'm fucking with the Anyway character. You feel me? He going up and down. I'm liking it. He going up that scale, up and down that scale. You got to do it. You feel me? If the fight can be made and we can make it and we get in that ring, and we fight and I beat that ass, I want to be on that pound for pound. I'm fucking with it. That's why I'm rolling with Haney. That's my guy. I've been watching you for a long, long time. Fucking with it. I got faith in it. And I feel like we're going to beat up Regis. We're going to take that belt. And then shit, eventually we're going to make our way to that 147. Y'all know what the fuck going on, man. But shout out TBV, man. Shout out to Toledo, Ohio, man. We got Upperville August 11th in Atlanta, the week after O'Shea Jones this weekend on the 4th. And then we got the real big baby, Jaron Anderson, August 26th, Oklahoma, man, on Top Rank. Y'all know what the fuck going on, man. Shout out to my city, Toledo, Ohio. I love y'all, man. I love the city. I love you, TBV. Y'all be cool.
Appreciate you. Damn, should I world premiere doing a live show? Nah, I'm a world premiere on YouTube. I just got the appreciation night video. I'm excited. Let's see what we got. Who next? Alex, let me double check if he's back. No Alex there. Let me see here. All right, we went to Liz Low Trey, Al in the Bay. Having a great day.
Yo, what's up?
What up, champ?
But yeah, man. I don't think it's a shame that they made Devin Haney champ in recess. It's just one of those things where it's like, if he wants it, just come back down and come and get it.
Yeah, but not a split 50-50.
That's the name of the game. Well, it's like, what do you want to do? Do you want to defend your belt or do you want to go up and get a belt? And so it's just been like the belt's been tied up for a while, so it's kind of like, we can't keep these belts tied up. They need to make more money off these belts. So I feel like since they didn't want to get the belts all tied up, disperse the belts. If you want the belts, come back down, beat the man for the belt. You good. When you want to come down and fight for these belts, you right there. So I don't see a bad thing in that. Yeah, you don't hold it, but just like, it's kind of like putting a bookmark in your book. It's kind of like, all right, I'm gonna come back and read this chapter later. And then once I get back, I'm gonna come back, get that chapter done, and I'll get my belt back. And now if he wins, I don't see him coming down again. So it's kind of like a win-win situation. It's kind of like, you go up, you win, you just keep the belt. Don't worry about the belts at the bottom, right? You don't have to worry about dropping them or nothing. Just leave them alone. Now, if you lose and you want to come back down, just fight the man with the belt. You feel me? And so I don't see it as that, and that's just the way I looked at it. I looked at it as still a win-win because he can always come back down and grab them belts again, if he's that 1-1. So, yeah. But yeah, that's my call though.
All right, champ. I'm gonna do a poll based off your call, man, because I don't know. Did the WBC do Haney wrong by making him champion in recess with 50% split versus 135? Champ. Oh, that fit. Okay. Let me see, does that make sense? Did the WBC do Haney wrong by making him champion in recess with 50% split versus 135-pound champ? That's not going to make sense. We're going to keep it moving. That's too much. A lot of y'all not hardcores like that. Y'all not even going to understand what the WBC did. But just to refresh your mind, they made Haney champion in recess, which means he has the ability to challenge the new champion, which would be Shakur versus the highest ranked fighter in the WBC to accept the fight. But if he wants to fight the winner of that, it's going to be at a 50% split. So I kind of wanted your take on, did you think that was effed up or not? But it's hard to put that into words. I mean, a poll. Jordan, what up? Jordan, counterpunch.
Challenge the new champ Shakur versus the high.
Okay, you got that way too loud right now. We appreciate you tuning in, though. He calling in and tuning in. Definitely appreciate that. But we're gonna give you a few seconds to get it together. Let me see. That was certainly Jordan, the most hated. You ready?
Yeah, you hear me? My fault, bro.
No worries.
My shit clear?
Yup.
Yo, Ness, bro. Tell me why I'm on my phone, like my old ass phone, bro, from like 2000, like 15, 16. And I just realized, bro, was you at Mendez in Harlem when Crawford was training there?
Yeah. Back in the day, or are you talking about recently?
Yeah, back.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
like
yeah.
back like 2006, like 15, 16.
Yeah. I did an interview with him in there, and he was hitting the bag, and then I
Right.
recorded some shit. And his whole
I
family was
remember
about to
seeing you.
wild out with what's his name? Hank Lundy.
Hundy, yup, when he fought him in New York. But listen though, this shit is crazy. I remember seeing you at the gym.
I was sweating
then,
like a motherfucker. I
year
had a white
later,
T-shirt on.
You said what? You got a black shirt on.
I had a white shirt when I interviewed Crawford.
Oh, you got a white shirt?
A white
You got like an
TBV
all black
shirt.
shirt. You got like all. But yeah, and then a year later, you go on my YouTube For You page, 2017. I just been watching from 17 on now, and then now years in 2023, we just watched Terrence Crawford put on a great performance, and now you're here with almost 200K subscribers covering Terrence Crawford. Ain't that shit crazy, bro? How the world is
Full
just like
circle.
full circle. But yeah, shout out everybody TBV. What's the topic today? I just came in.
We talking about Devin Haney and Regis Prograis, the fact that the WBC named Devin Haney champion in recess, and if he wants to come back to 135 and fight for that belt, it is going to be at a 50% split. We also talking about Jaron Ennis saying the rematch between Earl and Crawford is pointless.
I mean, he is a mandatory. He is supposed to say that, but in Devin Haney and Regis, that's a great fight. I favor Haney, but Regis is not a pushover. He's a boogeyman. I remember it's like when Haney was a boogeyman. Nobody wanted to fight him, just like Regis. But yeah, this is all topic. But did you hear about David Benavidez and Demetrius Andre?
I've been seeing the rumors. I mean, I'm not excited. Like, it's like
Come on, bro.
I feel like David
It's
needs
better
a
than Hyman
bigger.
Munguia.
I mean,
I'll see that with Hyman all day.
I feel like David needs a bigger fight than that, right? Like he's trying to get Canelo. He needs a. I don't know.
I mean, who can he fight except what's bro name David
Stop the fight, and thankfully it is over.
I mean, truth be told, Jordan, I really like the Jaime fight. I like because that's Mexican. That'll get him popular with the Mexicans.
that Hyman fight Berlanga, bro. I'd rather see Berlanga
I
Hyman.
was gonna say Berlanga too. I doubt Berlanga was gonna would take that, but
Bro,
like,
Benavidez Berlanga. And listen, bro.
but he could also
I'm
move up and
I'm
fight
Puerto Rican. I
Bivol.
fuck with Benavidez. I fuck with Berlanga.
He could also move up and fight Bivol.
Oh, that's a great fight. That's a great fucking fight. That's a great fight. I mean, he is a bit at weight for that weight class. He missed weight a couple times, but I feel like 168, nobody fucking with Benavidez. He's a Mexican, the monster for a reason. That's why Canelo ducking him. He's been his mandatory for a little minute. Canelo's ducking. He over here trying to fight Ryder, trying to move up to fight Bivol, trying to fight Charlo. Like, fight your fucking mandatory, brother. Then you can do all this other shit. But yeah, shout out Benavidez. Who you favoring in that Canelo or Charlo fight?
Charlo is who I'm hoping wins. That's who I've been saying I'm rolling with.
I want Charlo to win only so that Terrence Crawford fight can add more like to it, more like juice to it.
Word.
But he's moving up to 168 where Canelo has been unbeatable at like dominant. He had a lackluster performance, even though he dominated. People criticize Canelo for not doing. He did dominate Ryder, but don't get it fucked up now. That we still talk about a bad motherfucker Canelo Alvarez. I think he's gonna stop Charlo. I hate to say it, but I think Canelo's too fast. His counter punching. It's too elite. Great defense. Yeah, that's my quote. Everybody have a great day. God bless. The best podcast on the planet.
Jordan, appreciate you. Let's see what we got. Jay Will, what up?
What's up? What's up? What's up, man? I see you holding it down, man. Yeah, man. I'm gonna start with the Haney Prograis. I think, man, a lot of people don't call it inside. They can't pick them yet. It's gonna be a close fight. They can't tell who's gonna win. Like, yo, that's kind of shocking to me because to me it's like very plain to see that Devin Haney is far more skilled than Prograis, than Regis. I think I don't. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be an easy fight or he's gonna walk right through Regis, but I think Devin Haney's gonna, definitely clearly win that fight. I don't think it's gonna be that close. I still want Spence Crawford to try to do great things at 154 and fight Charlo instead of fighting Boots. I'm not really worried about Boots right now. If he wants to come back and fight Boots, cool. That's straight. That's cool. But Bud got some shit that could really. He got a chance to do some shit that he can really cement his legacy as one of the top fighters that ever fought, ever. So I want him to take advantage of that opportunity. Yeah, I don't see why, to get into like to the Spence and Terrence topic. Like, I don't see why people can't obviously see that was maybe Errol's worst night and that was Bud's best night. Even if it's Errol's best night versus Bud's best night, Saturday night proved that Bud's probably going to win that fight no matter what. But it's not taking nothing away from Bud by saying, yeah, Errol didn't look like that was his best night. Not going to glove gate, not going to no doctor shit, not going to all that shit. But it's like, damn, man, like, yeah, like Errol obviously didn't look like that was the best of Errol. For whatever reason, not making no excuses, but man, our eyes are not lying to us, bro. Like, even, and this is another thing, even somebody in Terrence Crawford camp, actually this is Terrence Crawford's nephew or whatever, who was in the back room with him after he won the belts. They were saying that Bomac and them saying that, like, when they was watching his workout day, talking about Spence's workout day, that Derrick James, doing the mitts, and he, shot a shot back to him, tapped him, and Earl was off balance, like, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, they kind of could see that, like, maybe Errol wasn't going to be at his best, but like I said, nonetheless.
Stop the fight, and thankfully it is over.
Now this dude talking about he was doing pad work in the back, got hit in the shoulder, and fell off balance. Y'all gonna say anything, man. It's Deontay Wilder fans all over again. Borough City E, what up? Saddest shit I done never seen, man. Grown men just turn into babies. Barrow City E, we out. Ricardo, what up?
Hey, yo, so I'm hearing all these Spence fans calling in and making excuses for Spence. Me personally, I thought Spence was going to win a decision. But honestly, I don't need to see the rematch. Like, everybody who's listening to this call right now, go look up Salvador Sanchez versus Lil Red Lopez, 1 and 2. That's exactly what's going to happen. He's going to get beat both times. It doesn't matter if it's at 47 or 54. You need to stop making excuses, especially this brain damage shit. Bro, Nevada is like one of the strictest fucking like commissions in all of the fucking, well, the states, So I don't know. I just don't believe it. Y'all got to learn how to eat your crow. That's my call.
Appreciate you. We got G. Uh-oh. G. Jump out, jump back in, champ. It's not working. Allen.
TBB, yo, Ness.
What up?
Hey, did Devin Haney come to your appreciation night?
He did not. He had to go to the ESPN. They called him last minute to call something on air with ESPN Friday night for those fights.
Okay, that doesn't matter. It's still number one podcast. It's all right.
Appreciate you.
Hey, but I want to talk about the Devin Haney fight, because we all know that Regis didn't take his last opponent serious. We do know that, man. Come on, be real with me. He did not train 100%, bro. Do you feel that way?
You're only as good as your last fight, man.
Okay, that's true. That's true. Because I think Regis knows what's in the line right now for him. Especially for having this fight with Haney. You know what I mean? He knows there's a lot on the line, and that if he beats him, he's gonna get a lot of money for beating him, because the next upcoming fights are gonna be big fights for him. You know what I mean? So yeah, how that fight will play out, I don't know. We know that Devin Haney knows how to move a lot, but we just don't know how Regis is gonna pull up in this fight, man. We don't know. Devin Haney had trouble with Loma. I mean, hey, we can say the same for Regis, though. It's true, man. He had trouble his last fight, so man, it's a hard fight for me to predict right now, man. But seeing how hungry right now Regis is, it's gonna be a close fight for sure. You know what I mean? And the Spence fans gotta stop with the excuses because we clearly saw. Did you see that? That when the doctor checked on Spence on round 3 or 2,
Yeah.
it was very like. What do you think they were checking on, man? Was it the eye, the one with the detached retina? Like, what do you think, man?
I mean, don't doctors check anybody that's getting a beating?
God damn, man. They were already checking on him, man. I was like, you know what?
Didn't they check
Whoever
Deontay
told.
Wilder when he was getting beat up by Luis Ortiz in that 8th round? What is it, 7th round? Come on, fellas. We
Look,
got to stop the bullshit.
whoever told the doctor to go check on Spence completely gave the fight away, man. Completely gave the fight away. Like, once Crawford
That's
saw that the doctor was
procedure.
checking on him.
That's procedure. Ain't nobody telling,
But
bro. That's procedure. You got to have a
but on the
doctor
third
ringside, and
round,
they got to do their job.
damn, on the third round, Ness.
My brother, didn't he get knocked
Crazy.
down in the second?
Yeah, but like, man, like, I don't know, man. It's something funny about it, you know. That's all, man.
Stop
Crazy.
the
It
fight,
was
and
already
thankfully it is over.
You Spence fans, the worst, man. Lord, just the worst. I mean, it gotta be something other than your fighter. Like, y'all terrible. Ese Robs.
Hey, ¿qué onda, Nez? What's up, man? What's up, TVV?
What up, champ?
So, I don't know if this came up already, but with Crawford and Spence rematch, what's your thoughts on both of them doing that 154 just to get their feet wet in there?
Listen, if that's what Crawford wants, that's the biggest fight for him in terms of money. I mean, they just showed they made $21 million at the gate alone. So, maybe people gonna pay for it again. And that's a good fight for him then. I mean, I don't think it's
Yeah.
worth it, right? Like, I think that that's
Correct. Yeah, no, for sure, man. I didn't think the rematch was worthy just with the show Crawford put on, but if they both get their feet at 154, I mean, it gives them both opportunities to. I mean, shit, Crawford could go 3 undisputed weight classes, man. That'd be something to see for sure.
absolutely.
Take some time, but that'd be nice, man. And then I had a question about Haney. So with the belts, how they get the 3%? If he fights at a different weight class, do they take that 3% on his belts at 135, or
Well,
it's only if they're defending the
it's
belt?
gonna be Regis that pays that, and then Haney pays a different fee because he's challenging for the belt. You can't pay a sanctioning fee on a title defense when you're not defending. He's championing recess at 35. He's fighting for a title at 40.
Okay, all right. No, I was thinking about the belts that Haney holds at 35. Does he have to pay it on that even though he's fighting at 140 or no?
Nah, you can't be charged until you're defending your belt.
All right, cool. No, well, that was my call, man. Appreciate you giving us all of us a chance to speak our minds, man, and thank you for the opportunity. Keep it up, man.
Appreciate you, champ. We got Alex. What up? That's Counterpunch Alex too. Finally.
¿Me escuchan, Ness?
Te escucho, Ale.
Can you hear me, bro? Right. Bro, I was siding with you. I was mocking, making fun of the excuse about the neurologist, and you were like, "You stupid motherfucker, you dumb."
Nah. We heard
Yeah,
you,
bro. I tell you,
we heard you.
nah, bro. I said,
The only thing you
nah,
said is
bro.
that you don't believe it, but you're
Negative,
reciting
bro.
it.
Bro,
You're reciting it. Like,
you don't.
why even bring up something
I
that
was
you know is
mocking it.
fake?
I was making fun of it. I
All
don't
right.
believe, bro. I don't give a fuck. I'm the
So
biggest
listen,
Spence
Alex.
hater.
So then look.
I'm the biggest Spence hater.
I
You just
apologize.
didn't let me.
Jesus Christ.
Waving it off.
Hold Lord have mercy. Apologies. So I apologize for that. Apologize for this. Go ahead. Start your call all over and include the mocking. Let me see what I missed.
Yeah,
Go for
bro.
it.
Okay, so I'm not even gonna get in
No,
on
no,
that
include
because
it.
I'm the
Include it.
biggest Spence.
Include it, please. I want you to.
Why, bro? I was
Because you're
no
saying that
what I
I
was
cut you off
saying. So okay,
without
yeah,
reason.
you
So
caught
go
me up.
ahead. So go ahead. Start your call. Strike from
Yeah,
the record that I cut
okay,
you off.
so I was actually bringing up the excuses about the neurologist. He's saying that whatever what he's saying, but I wasn't saying that I agree with that shit, bro. I was mocking it. I was making fun of Spence fans. I've always been a Crawford fan, bro. Always. Every time that I call, you don't remember me. Yo soy Alex de Puerto Rico. I always go for Crawford, bro. So you didn't listen to me and start like, oh, whatever, like faltando el respeto, bro. But it's okay. What I was gonna bring up, it's I was gonna ask you if you think Canelo will go down to 160 to fight Crawford.
Hell no.
That was my initial intention.
Hell no. I don't
You
even
think
think the last time he's been at 160, bro. I mean, I would have to check. I don't know. I gotta see when the last Triple G fight for the belts was. I doubt it, bro. And then he did 164
okay?
with Chavez. It's just too hard at this point, I think. But who knows, man. Oscar De La Hoya did it with
Yeah,
Pacquiao when nobody thought he could do it, but it didn't look good for him, right?
yeah. What I don't like about Boots and Thurman is like
So he
we
fought
already
Daniel
know the
Jacobs at 160 in 2019.
I mean, I don't know. I think he's not a big, super middle. So if it's willing to, but it's a big money, bro. Like, don't you think that's bigger than Benavides right now? It's
Who,
kind of.
Crawford?
I mean, yeah,
I mean, we got to see the numbers. They did big money in the gate. We don't know what those pay-per-view numbers is yet.
yeah, but it's possible that fight right now is bigger. If he beats Charlo, he's beating an undisputed Canelo. Then he can beat another undisputed. I think Crawford can beat Canelo at 160. I don't
I
think he
mean,
can beat him at 168.
won't we be having the same conversation with Spence fans? It just be Canelo fans saying he only beat him because he's weight drained, crying.
Yeah, but it's still a fucking big name, a fucking Hall of Famer. Canelo is way too, if you can get him in your resume, bro, that's crazy. But I understand, like with Boots, I know they're gonna say he's too green, like Vargas and Tito, like that guy called before. I know already that's the excuse. And then if he beats Thurman, oh, he got him out of his prime, like Hellbrook, like whatever, like
Amir
everybody.
Khan.
So yeah, Amir Khan, like so. I mean, like I think he can take over 154, bro. Like he's easy. Like who can beat him at
Stop the
154?
fight, and
Nobody.
thankfully it is over.
But that's my call, bro. I just wanted to clarify that.
I'm gonna go back and listen, Alex. I don't know when.
Go back, bro. You didn't let me talk, bro. You were like, fuck out of here, like you dumb stupid. I'm like, bro, I'm siding with you. But it's
You
all
didn't.
right, bro.
You
I don't
certainly.
I
You
don't believe
certainly
the
didn't sound
excuses.
like that. I remember even asking you
Maybe,
what's the doctor's name, bro.
bro. I even told you when you heard it, you're gonna hear me saying I don't buy it. That's what the first thing I said, bro. I don't buy it. But you kept talking because you were mad, and I understand because I don't fuck with excuses. I think that's bad sportsmanship. So it is what it is. But
That's the
I
bell,
still
though,
love
champ.
CBB.
That was the bell, and I love you, and I
All right, bro.
apologize to you. I apologize to you since you felt disrespected. I heard you say that in Spanish, so my
All
bad.
right,
You
bro.
know what I mean?
All
Cause never, never, never do I mean that. This is all love. In sports we yell. I know y'all watch other sports, but and I don't. But I mean they fucking yell in them other sports, and say shit. Um, so yeah, never mean to disrespect anybody, man. Who we got next? Let's see. Burl City E, what up?
Yeah,
What's with you?
man, listen, I don't even know about you paying attention. Like, the next few motherfuckers come in calling, making an excuse for Earl. Please just hang the fuck up. Like, just go ahead. You got the when people talking bullshit, you got to put another little scene in like you do at the end of the call. Hey, yo, wrap that shit up, B. Wrap it up. Going for Dave Chappelle, man. 'Cause, like, nobody want to hear that shit. I'm an Earl fan. Earl got his fucking ass kicked. That's just the end of that whole discussion. Crawford, great, moving on to bigger and better things. We're moving on from that. We just talking about what Crawford gonna do from here on out. But this Devin shit, out of control, man. This Devin shit, like they let Canelo go fight Charlo. They don't give a damn about Benavidez. What the hell's so different about Benavidez and
Bro, you
Benavidez
know
and
what it
Shakur? They
is. You
gonna do
know what
that?
it is. Shakur Stevens got James Prince, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. You think
yo,
that's the power of that beat?
I feel like they not taking no bullshit. That's all, and they making Mauricio move. Bill got to put pressure on Mauricio and bring up all those circumstances that y'all keep bringing up. All these other champions that was allowed to move up and fight and not get stripped or not be forced to be named champion in recess.
Got to, bro. Like Bill, you ain't lying. Bill got to put his manager hat on and get on that shit, bro. Like, and don't get me wrong. I would like for him to fight Shakur while boxing hard, but my thing is, don't treat nobody special. We fight mandatories, make everybody fight the motherfuckers. If not, then let that man get his team a little time reprieve like he did everybody else.
Bruh,
Hell,
he
I
ain't
want
even
to see if he
stripped
can. I
Charlo,
want to see if
man.
he can go up in the second division.
Why don't he name Jamal Charlo champion in recess so that motherfucking Adamas could be the full champ? Like, it's some bullshit.
Exactly. And Jamal around here getting the pig slapped out of. If anything, that should be the guy you want to strip with a belt. Yeah, you want to keep him and play goddamn and play good man jobs. Man, fuck that, strip his ass. Get this shit cracking while it's hot. You got to strike while the iron's hot. You know what I mean? I don't like that, but I'm gonna be real about that. I ain't feeling that. And as far as Shakur going down the WBC line, they need to take Cruz out his position since he done said he don't want to fight. They need to move Loma. Williams to pay the turn
Yeah, but
down
that was
because Williams
different.
to pay the turn. Oh, my bad.
No, I was saying that was
My bad.
different. This
Yeah,
different
but
now.
still, I'm just saying. I feel like you should lose the spot. That's my take, man.
Just saying, for anybody to think it's the same or that them dudes gonna say no again, you gotta at least consider that they might say yes now because now it's for the title, the full title. When they first offered those guys to fight, it was just for an eliminator. So, somebody might look at it like, man, fuck that. I ain't getting in with Shakur for an eliminator, and then they turn around and order another eliminator. But now they like, yo, you want to fight Shakur for the vacant WBC? It's the green belt. You got to jump at that. You got to jump at that. If you don't jump at that, then you surely showing you a duck, goose. Ricky in Florida. Ricky! Ricky.
Yo, Ness, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
All right. I think a lot of the Spence fans, it's hard for them to rationalize the fact that Crawford was just that much better than Spence the whole time.
Word.
So they can't accept the fact that that the outcome of the fight went that way. I mean, nobody expected it. I picked Crawford by knockout, but nobody expected it. I didn't even expect it. And I picked Crawford to win. But I think it's just the fact that they can't rationalize that Crawford was that great. But it makes them look bad because if your fighter not making excuses, you shouldn't make no excuses for him. And at the end of the day, even if you a Spence fan, you should respect the fact that Crawford was that great. It took a fighter that great to beat your favorite fighter. I'm a Wilder fan, but
I can't deny that Fury is a great fighter, but it takes a fighter of Fury caliber to beat my favorite fighter, and that's just how it goes sometimes. That's what it is. I would like to see the rematch at 154. I think it'll be more competitive. I think Spence still gonna have a lot of problems. I just don't see how he deals with Crawford hand speed, his athleticism. There's just so many different ways he can lose. And we should have saw it coming because Crawford been showing us that he had that hand speed and athleticism and that power from the moment he moved up. But we just didn't believe it because of the level of competition, I guess. But it is what it is. With the Devin situation, I think it's some bullshit. It's politics being played. 50%. If he wins, whoever get the interim belt, like that shit sounds crazy. But that's the game. That's boxing though. Boxing is on that type of time. I just hope Devin get his credit. After this fight, his resume gonna be pretty much impeccable compared to his peers. And I hope everybody support the fight and keep supporting because Tank ain't gonna fight Devin unless he do numbers. That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. And to all the Spence fans out there, y'all sound bad, man. Stop making these excuses. At least when Wilder lost, he gave us something to go out here and say. Y'all favorite fighter, they ain't even giving y'all nothing to say. Y'all just making up shit. This shit's sad, man. So, man, hey, I want to see Crawford versus Mel. I hope Mel beat Canelo. I don't see him beating Canelo, but it's going to be, if he can beat Canelo, him versus Crawford going to be big, especially with the press conference. They got real beef. It's going to be major. So, I got Crawford as an all-time great fighter. No denying it. I don't need to see him versus Boots. He done earned the right to get the Mayweather-Canelo treatment. Whoever he want to fight, he can fight. He fought the man. He beat the man. He is the man. It is what it is. He get to choose who he want to fight, in my opinion. But that's my call, man.
All right, champ. Well, thank you for calling in. We got Boxing Batuzzi, right? Where they counter punch. What up? Champ.
Yo, what up, Ness? My bad. I'm just calling back. I got to do a quick counter punch. Look, if Alex was saying, I got to apologize to him. I don't think that that's what he was saying, but whatever. We're going to let him backtrack. We don't want to scare off any viewers. We want to keep everything cordial, everything kosher, as that one other caller be saying. We're trying to keep everything kosher. But look, I don't think that's what he was saying. And I also want to chime in. I also wanted, because you're right, and that was not what he was saying. Also want to chime in about the Prograis and Haney fight. It's gonna be maybe a little bit of a closer fight, but I see that going just like Haney Lomachenko. Haney's gonna win. Haney's gonna win by decision. Whatever people may say that they think Prograis is winning or whatever they're gonna say, but Haney gonna win or whatever. It's gonna be. I can see that going very similar. I don't know, but maybe different. Whatever, we'll see. But I'm going with Haney for that one. And what else was I gonna say? Because I wanted to chime in on that because I barely got to talk about that in the last call. Haney is a good fighter. We can't discredit Devin Haney. And like you said, he's been a pro since he was 17 years old. He was in Mexico doing. The man is like real life Creed. I mean, he on some shit. But what else was I about to say? Back to the Spence Crawford, whatever. Because I really got to keep talking about this fight. When I was boxing and doing about whatever, my coach always would say, don't let your feet get too wide. Always keep your feet under you, whatever. If you watch Spence versus Crawford, Spence, when he was throwing that jab, he was reaching, bro. Like you said, it was like, and people were saying it's amateur night. He was reaching with his jab. His feet were too wide. He didn't. The first round, he looked. That's another reason why he wasn't injured. He looked like his regular self. But then in that second round, when he started getting, when he got knocked down, when everything started going wrong, he just looked like an amateur. Everything looked all messed up. He wasn't looking like his usual self. I'm not saying that in a way that he was looking like an excuse, but I was seeing basic things that my coach would tell me, yo, don't do that. Don't do that when you're sparring. Don't do that when you're training, whatever. It's just basic shit. And then Crawford hit him with every punch that exists. I mean, he hit him with, I think, a right hook, left uppercut, right uppercut, straight
jab, whatever. Crawford was just hitting him with everything in the whole entire kitchen sink. So I don't know, man. There's just no excuse. That was a dominant performance by Terrence Crawford. I ate crow the next day. I posted it on my story. I was gonna tag y'all the boxing voice, but I just because I was speechless. I was posting mad shit a couple of days before that, talking about big fish, this, whatever. It's just it didn't go how I thought it was gonna go. I didn't think it was gonna go like that. I thought it was at least gonna go to decision, very similar to a no way in Fulton. But what I will also say about the rematch is I want to see if you like this comparison. Well, there was somebody called in before and said something about Pacquiao and Marquez. If you see either of those fights, when Manny Pacquiao or Marquez, either of them got knocked out, you wouldn't think you would want a rematch. Like, just because you get knocked out, even if you get knocked flat on your face, that doesn't look good. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, the only thing I could say for that is that did numbers, that did numbers for them. So, and Top Rank, they love rematches. Then he left Top Rank, right? I think they were all on Top
Yeah.
Rank. I think they were all Top Rank fights. So they love
I just was like,
rematches.
if you seen just one of those fights, you would say, oh, they don't deserve a rematch. They don't, whatever. Like, bro, the one fighter can knock the other fighter out, whatever. If Errol Spence did knock out Terrence Crawford, I also think that was Crawford's
Yeah,
best
but
performance of his whole
Pacquiao
life. It didn't look like any of his other fights.
Pacquiao Marquez was a lot closer though, champ. But that's the belt. But Pacquiao Marquez 1, 2, like those were closer fights. Like this was, complete domination, bro. It's just not even the same. Jay in LA, what up? Jay in LA.
How you guys doing?
All right, all right.
Good afternoon, good after evening. Hey, I just wanted to kind of comment that I really think people really, especially need to really kind of look at their own personal boxing lord and savior, Earl Spence Jr., and take their ass whooping like a man. Because all these fans making excuses for this, excuses for that, it's just tedious and it's unnecessary because it was your man who was delaying this fight for all these years. The only weight problem I see that was weight drain issue or anything else, there wasn't a weight drain issue. There was a weight issue. The weight issue was PBC's waiting way too long to make this fight with Crawford. That's the weight issue right there. That's not Bud's fault. Bud's been trying to make this fight. But the thing is this, now people are trying to push all these other fights off to Bud Crawford. Tank and all that stuff for the money, great. But I think Bud is all about the legacy. And I'm just hoping that they pull back that Canelo fight with Jermell Charlo and let Charlo and Bud go for undisputed at Charlo's weight. Because, if Bud can do it,
why would Al do
undisputed world
that
champion.
though? Why would Al do that?
That's the thing. I'm talking in a perfect boxing world, the purist, right? That would be the best situation because that's legendary and historic, above and beyond what Bud's already done, right? But to do it in 3 is amazing. Yeah, trust me. The money is going to be with Canelo and Charlo. But I think the money with Charlo and Bud, and if Bud beats him, then they do the fight with Canelo and Bud, and I think for the money, Bud might go for it. You know what? That's going to be astronomical. Big time. Charlo can still go back and fight Canelo. If he loses to Bud, there's no shame in losing to a generational fighter of his era. He goes back up and fights Canelo. That's no problem whatsoever. But I think right now he's the moment. Bud is such a special fighter. He's earned the right to go after even greater glory, and that greater glory is right there at 154. And I know it's about business, it's about money. Al Heyman's not going to allow that. Look how long it took Al Heyman to allow him to fight Spence. It's tough, man. But I'm really a boxing purist,
It's
and I
not
want to see people
even
get rewarded
champ.
for their effort.
Listen to me. It's not even about allowing. It's how do you convince Jermell to give up a legendary fight? Like even if he beats Charlo, even if he beats Terrence isn't a legend. Like Canelo beat and been in the ring with legends. He beat Cotto. He shared the ring with Mayweather. Like to get that name on your resume.
They are waving it off.
How does Al convince him not to take that fight and instead, Hey, Charlo, man, go avenge Earl. Go do it for PBC. Like what's that conversation like? I really want to hear that one. Like, come on, man. Like, why am I gonna fight Bud Crawford and not fight the dude that has 400 and something rounds? Like, I don't know. I don't know. The dude that's looking older, right? Canelo's looking older. He's looking slower. This footage of him, right? Footage of him losing. So there is a what do you call it? A blueprint. You could look at some tape. There's none of that for Crawford. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how Al Heyman convinces Jermell Charlo to give up his legacy fight with Cinnamon. Y'all tripping. Bayardo, what up?
Yo, what's good, man?
Chilling.
But like, have you noticed? I mean, it's like from the PBC fighters and the PBC fans that always come up with these conspiracy theories and excuses, man. Like, but you don't ever hear anything from Al or the PBC from any of those guys, So if I was one of these fans, man, if I was a conspiracy theorist, I'll start looking into Al. Maybe he's setting them up, Hashtag blame Al. But fucking, but fucking
Damn.
you feel me?
Damn, I
You
forgot
feel
about
me?
that
Hey,
hashtag blame Bob, bro. Yo, you see how this
yeah,
win
man.
turns everything upside down, bro? That's crazy. Yo, we really thought it
Shit is
was
shameful. It
Bob,
should be
bro.
ashamed
We
of
really
themselves.
thought it was Bob out here fucking. I mean, look, don't get me wrong. It was Crawford, too. You still heard Earl. Like, Earl had to give up money to make this fight. Crawford just thought he was worth a certain amount. And cool, he was worth it in skill, and he'll get it moving forward. But Earl had to concede as the A side. He had to concede. So he did what great
Yeah,
people
that's
do.
this the most Earl's made too. You know what I mean? This is the most he's made too.
Hell
He
yeah.
needed Bud, man. You know what I mean? But if I was Earl, man, if I was him, like that was his biggest payday. I'll want it again, man. I'll want it again. I'll train hard as hell at 154. Hopefully, Bud accepts and fucking do my best, study tape and everything, But as soon as he fucking knocks me down, bro, I'm staying down. You know what I mean? That's what I would do. You know what I mean? That's what I would do. That's the smartest shit he could do. Cause what else is there out there for him? He might fuck around and lose to another nobody. You know what I mean? So that's what I would do, man. And before my time is over, man, I just want to say, that fucking the you don't agree with this. I know you don't agree with this, but man, I think it's bullshit. I think it's disrespectful. Crawford's resume has always been better than fucking Spence. You don't get into the fucking Hall of Fame with a sorry resume. You get in the Hall of Fame with an excellent fucking resume, and that's not an opinion. That's a fucking fact. You know what I'm saying? His resume has always been better than Spence, man. He didn't get to do to Spence what he did to Spence without his fucking resume. So put some respect on his fucking resume, man.
All right.
That's my call, Ned.
Thank you, brother. We got a couple super chats I need to get to. And we all definitely jumping in drive-by mode. My daughter's still in town, so we definitely got to do some stuff. Let's see where we're at. We got 904. I don't see you. You're not there, Jordan. But J Cash, I think WBC thinks Devin is going to win versus Regis. They don't want to hold up action at 135. If he wins, he's staying at 140 to collect straps. Boxing glove. But that's what I'm saying, champ. Well, they made Carlos Adames interim. They could have made an interim title for Shakur and not played out Devin, but they did. They made an interim title for Canelo and gave it to Benavidez, but not for Devin. I could go on and on. It's like they played him. Count Drago, $5. Heart emoji, Tank versus Bud. Huge pay-per-view numbers. Risky, yes. Even if Tank loses, he can still fight any lightweight or junior lightweight he wants. Casuals will buy Tank versus Bud. Thank you. Let's push for it, man. This generation's Roberto Duran versus this generation's marvelous Marvin Hagler, except he ain't lose. Travis Smith, $10. Drugs with eyes emojis. King Rari, what up?
Yo, Nick, what's going on? How you feeling?
Straight.
Hey man, I really ain't been truthfully tuned in the past couple of days, man. I ain't gonna lie. That fight really hurt my feelings.
Mm.
Cause boy, that was just crazy seeing Spence get worked like that. And overall, man, I just feel like them boys they have no game plan, man. Like it just don't seem like I don't know if you listen to Sean Porter podcast, but I know I had heard a few clips from it. How he was just comparing to the news that was said about how he didn't train as hard for Terrence that he did for Spence and all that stuff. But when Porter really broke it all down from the the the, the action in the corners from their fight and
Yeah, I watched
comparing it
that
to Spence.
today.
Yeah, it's like, bro, it's crazy because Spence wasn't getting that in his corner, bro. Like, no
Yeah,
disrespect to nobody.
but champ, think about it. Porter just said that, and you seen Spence's corner not have
90
answers.
seconds.
How about
You said I have what?
answers, right? Because that's essentially what you're saying, right? Like when Porter went to his corner, he said his father ain't give him what he needed, and you saying when Earl went to his corner, Derek ain't give him what he needed. Am I right? Am I following you?
Yeah. I overall, so this is my outlook on it. I feel like for one, I feel like Spence was in over his head. You was out for a long time, bro. You was not active. Terrence was active, man. And I know you believe in yourself, but to just jump straight to the top guy and feel like everybody the same from Danny to then you thought you was gonna fight Pac. It ain't the same with everybody, bro. It ain't. And you gotta be able to understand that as a fighter and as your coach, I feel like his Derek should have gave him the game plan was horrible in my opinion. Spence didn't switch up no styles, no strategy. He played into Terrence's hands to me. That's all he did. You can't everybody not gonna bang with you in the ring. Terrence don't he didn't care about no ego. He wanted to win. So if I gotta switch it up, go soft paw, if I gotta get you off your toes and make you come to me, he gonna do what he needed to do to win. And Spence went out like a soldier. He kept getting up. But overall, if they do it again at 154, oh, he gonna have to have a better game plan. It's gonna have to happen. Or Terrence gonna dog walk him again.
Mm.
I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I ain't really been tuning in, so I don't know what your full opinion is on it. But I would love to hear it even after my time go. But that's just my outlook on the fight. That strategy they came in the ring with is terrible. And how Derek was talking about Bomac and them boys having a team and it not just being him. That's how it's supposed to be, bro. One man can't do it all.
That is
And you
it.
got five different fighters,
They're
bro.
waving it
You you
off.
you, you can't do all them fighters like that, bro. It ain't
Champ, that's the bell. That is the bell. Um, yeah, I mean, damn, bro, I don't really know what to say. Like, I watched the Porter shit. I seen what he said. Um, I uh, I believe it's Crawford. You know, I believe these corners are not responding the way that they think they should, and that's only because of who they're facing. Ken Porter has a plethora of experience. He's been on the U.S. amateur team. He's been a coach for so many fighters. As an amateur coach, it's hard to believe that Ken Porter doesn't have answers. You know, and I watched I watched what he's talking about. You know, Sean made it clear that it wasn't training, it wasn't not doing what he needed to do, that it was more his father wanted a certain game plan and he realized right away that game plan wasn't going to work. You don't beat Terrence Crawford by pressuring him. This is Sean's words. Go to listen to his show, man. That's my boy. Shout out to Sean Porter for coming through the appreciation night and making it a special event on Friday, July 28th, the eve before this historic fight. Historic fight. I feel so much better. I remember being in Vegas as a visitor for Mayweather Pacquiao and not feeling this happy the Sunday after. And let me tell you, I felt happy. Back then, I don't know how many years ago that was, but I got Paulie on my show the day after. So I felt I was just super appreciative for that. And but I didn't feel like this. Like this is a historic fight. Like that was historic because we got something we were begging for, and we got to end the chapter. But this was a magnificent fight. Like that was an ass kicking. This was a magnificent fight. It's just different for me. I don't know. I got Rex. What up, Rex in Delaware? Rex. Uh-oh. Did we disconnect on you? Maybe he's not there. No worries. Moving on to Spider Rico. Spider Rico. While we waiting on him to connect, go ahead and smash that thumbs up. What up, Terrence? I see you. Spider Rico, what up? Going
Hey,
once.
what's up?
What up,
What's up?
God?
I got you.
What up, God?
Yeah, I'm in here. I made it today.
You gotta hurry up, champ. I gotta roll. I told my daughter 7. We 3 minutes late.
Okay, my fault. Well, I was thinking they should do Spence versus Villa because they both got beat down.
Mm.
Something vicious, you know?
Yeah, but Spence too big a fish to do a tune-up like that. He trying to
No,
go.
I think
Cause
Villa the real deal.
yeah, but that exactly. What if you lose to Villa? Then you lost the big money rematch with Crawford. You can't. You got to do what Wilder did. Go straight into it, just like AJ. Go straight into it. If you
I
take
guess
if
when you way out there in the water, you got to just keep swimming.
word
He the
word,
big fish. He
he
got to
you either
he
fish
got
or
to keep
you either swim or drown, baby.
yeah. But I was thinking too, like EJ's still the truth. Could you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
EJ's still the truth, you know. I really like the way he was wiping the blood off his nose and he kept on fighting. It was something real just to watch. The way he just, you know, he really taught me. He taught all of us, you know, how to take an ass whooping. He took it like a man.
Who?
And we ain't never seen Mayweather do nothing like that. It's something to see somebody win in a a great way. But he lost in a great way that day. He a real shark in there. He proved it. Uh, and it was like Terrence. I feel like a little bit. He's a visual person. Most boxers are. We not literal. We're not literal people. We visual people. And he got to watch Inoue, and you could see the Inoue while he was fighting. It was like great fighters. They could download information real fast, and then they could apply it just like that in an instant. And he did it. It was like he took that style, he replicated it, and made it his own. Uh, what Inoue did to Stephen Fulton, it was really amazing too. I'm not sure which beatdown was worse, but they both were similar. And I told y'all Crawford was righteous. And if he fought the TBC versus TBE, I think Crawford would win because he's just more righteous and Floyd probably get what he really
That
deserved.
is it. They are waving
I'm
it off.
He said Floyd get what he really deserved. Anonymous, who's this?
Yo, what's good, Ness? It's me,
Davidian.
Davidian.
What up?
You already know. Nah, it didn't go my way. I ain't got no excuses for you, you know. I was sad for my boy Arrow, but at the same time, I was in awe of how good Crawford was. He looked amazing. The jab was amazing. Just the whole everything he was doing, his defense, just all his just everything. The punches he was hitting Arrow with, ain't nothing to say. I was just totally wrong. Shout out, like, once again to all my bet call brothers that was telling me that for years. They was saying that from the get go. So shout out to them. I ain't got no excuses. Obviously, I still rock with my boy Arrow. It just wasn't our night. The check engine light came on, the axle broke, everything. The fucking engine light came on. We was looking crazy out there. But
Mm.
you know, my man Devin, um, obviously I got Devin against I got him beating Rougarou. That's my boy. I love Devin, so rocking with Devin. Whatever he doing, he undisputed. Shout out to Stonebone and all them guys. Um, yeah. Terrence is the truth. But I'm not gonna waste your time. God bless you, Ness. God bless the callers. I'm out.
All right, all right. I'm gonna wrap it up with this, right? I'm gonna do a quick screen share. It is the fight. This is a pay per view. Hopefully they don't hate on us. And yeah. So, because there's a lot of people talking about he ain't look good. No, it's just the corner was more advanced, man. The corner was more advanced. We're gonna go quick screen share. Boom. We're going here. We're going
If
here.
you get a chance, counter that fucking jab over the fucking top. He too fucking slow for you. Alright? If you get a chance, counter that fucking jab over the fucking top. He too fucking slow for you. Alright? If you get a chance, counter that fucking jab over the fucking top.
Just say I don't want to keep showing because it's a pay per view, so it is what it is. Stop saying it was Earl's fault and he ain't the same. No, the corner was better, man. They gave the dude the instructions. He followed it out to a T and he pitched a perfect performance. We out. Catch me in the morning, 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central. Peace.